certainly at cbssports.com. Good morning, y'all. Boy, I came early this morning. What's up? It's the opening. What do you feel? I got to get one of those. Opening drive, Jeff Siembieda and JJ Buck. Bobcat is producing on the radio side. Aaron. Oh, wait, I'm not supposed to tell you that until later. What's up, dude? You ready to go on the big, bad Aaron Rodgers hunt now?
Aaron is ready to move, and what is the cost going to be? What is going to happen with him this season? We shall see.
Who is the quarterback? And it just like every name on the roster is out there. Every receiver's name is out there. You and I have been talking about this for, I guess, a week and a half now. Where it's going to be a quarterback, right? A receiver, a frontline receiver, whether it's Jerry Jeudy or Cortland Summit or whoever it is. Maybe an offensive lineman, and how many first-round draft picks that you start with when you throw at the Green Bay Packers. What are you going to start with when you throw it at the Green Bay Packers? And you and I were saying it would be probably Jerry Jeudy. We think Teddy Bridgewater, because the Drew Lock thing makes no sense to bring in another young quarterback if they're going to go with Jordan Love. So you bring in a placeholder, and you go with Bridgewater, probably Jerry Jeudy, and start with 2 first-round picks. And see what they want after that?
Yeah, I don't even think you start with Jerry Jeudy. You start with someone
Well, you start with Tim Patrick.
You let the Packers work your way to that point. I mean, if you're any of these other teams and you're saying, all right, maybe ultimately a number 1 or 2 wide receiver, and in this case, number 1 wide receiver is only going to his second year in the league, you also have to then question, all right, are we giving up the point where we're just going to be the Packers 2.0? And yeah, you're getting an Aaron Rodgers, but is he then going to come to your team and be like, well, where's all the receivers? And so that's where you got to be really tough on the negotiation. And if you have to up the ante a little bit, maybe with something else other than players, you do that. Because if you're a team like the Denver Broncos, bringing Aaron Rodgers, you're immediately in a different stratosphere. But you'd also probably like to at least keep Jerry Jeudy, Noah Fant around, and then be like, hey, Aaron, well, here's 2 to start with, and we'll figure it out.
Look, you, no matter what you do, if you're going to give up one of them, right? But you're going to have – I think they're loaded. And load is a relative. I think Noah Fant should bust out this year, correct?
Yeah, he has first-round tight end.
Especially if you got an Aaron Rodgers, who is utilized as a tight end throughout his career. This would be one of the better ones he's had, I would think. You've got right now Jerry Jeudy, Cortland Sutton coming back from the injury, KJ Hamler, Tim Patrick, who had a good back end of the season. So if you give up a weapon, and pick your best, is it Jerry Jeudy? Do you think it's Jerry Jeudy? I don't think they're going to want Noah Fant. I think they're going to want somebody to pair on the outside with Devontae Adams. And Devontae Adams is a whole other story, by the way, what he's saying about his future if Aaron Rodgers isn't there. But no matter where you go, I think if you bring Aaron Rodgers in, you've got pretty good weapons. Like if Aaron Rodgers went into this situation, take the best receiver out. Is it Jeudy? So now you've got Hamler, Patrick, Cortland Sutton, and Noah Fant. You've got Melvin Gordon. Didn't they just draft a running back?
They did.
I mean, you're in a pretty good spot, aren't you? Offensively, your line's okay.
Yeah, offensively, because Aaron Rodgers is the guy that's going to make all those guys that much better.
No.
He's that type of quarterback. And when we're talking about what he's worked with outside of Devontae Adams, so a team like Denver absolutely should be all in this conversation, given the fact that they passed on a Justin Fields and even a Mac Jones in this draft. So that puts them in this situation to think about, is Aaron Rodgers in play for us? And the answer has to be yes, because until now, hasn't been a definite, no, we're not going to trade this guy. It's all just, we're trying to work it out. We want to see what happens. You're still on the table.
And then there's this. You would want to re-up a 36-year-old Aaron Rodgers for however many years you're going to up him. What do you think? You add 2 years to the deal? They've got $25 million in cap space, which is the second most space in the league available behind just Jacksonville, who will get there in a moment. So they could take on the salary. They don't have to unload a bunch of money to free up the cap space to get him there. They've got draft capital to make a deal for Rodgers. They've got a first-round pick over the next 3 years. And so, how do you feel about becoming the Rams in that respect, where you would give up, you wouldn't have a first-round pick over the next bunch of years, but you'd have You'd have Aaron Rodgers instead of Matt Stafford. You'd have Aaron Rodgers and make a run. Because right now, if you look at the teams in the AFC, there's not a lot of teams that you say don't have a chance to make the playoffs. But probably as constructed, you would probably say the Broncos are one of the teams that probably aren't going to make the playoffs. Right?
I would agree with that because you look at, you're not beating Kansas City in your division right off.
Well, I think the Chargers are better.
The Chargers have a better trajectory.
Yep.
The Raiders are just going to be tough anyway because they have a veteran quarterback. And, yeah, Teddy Bridgewater is there, but we saw what he did last year. And the Panthers aren't necessarily a team that if you compare them roster to roster, in a whole lot worse place than what Denver was.
Yep.
And they were a 5-1 football team with Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, this has made sense since that draft day Thursday when this story broke. And not just you and I talking about. I mean, everybody's talking about Denver. It's been Denver. It's been Denver. It's been Denver. And now the story comes out where they're actively trying to figure out how to put this thing together. That the Broncos are going to actively pursue this if they have not already. So, Bronco fan, I ask of you, what is it worth? How much is too much? What's the right number? And then you're gonna have to step a little bit over your comfort zone. So if you tell me it's Teddy Bridgewater and Jerry Jeudy and 2 firsts, that's your comfort level, I'm gonna push you, and I'm gonna say, all right, but then you're gonna have to throw in another first or another player, because whatever your comfort level is, they're gonna push you a little further. What is Aaron Rodgers in Denver worth to you to make a run now? 505-246-0610 is how to get to us today. 505-246-0610. Your emails will come in this morning. Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com. JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. On the Twitter, you can find JJ. And if you're not following JJ, you're doing yourself a disservice. Follow JJ. It's _ JJ Buck, and on the Facebook, the OD in the AM. We got a big guest list for you today. If you want to get in early is best. 8 o'clock, Jared St. Aubyn's going to be with us. The former Lobo player who yesterday it was announced donated $300,000 back to the University of New Mexico football program to help build that fitness center in that south end zone. They had a big press conference yesterday. Jared's going to join us at 8 o'clock, talk about what he's been doing and why he decided that he wanted to make that contribution back to the University of New Mexico. 9 o'clock. Lisa Villarreal is going to be with us. She's the girls basketball coach at Volcano Vista High School. She is won another state championship, JJ, and watched Natalia Chavez just go global viral, number 2 top play on SportsCenter, which was insane. By the way, I saw Aaron yesterday. Actually, in person, saw Aaron yesterday. And I'm like, how did they not use your video and your call and all that stuff? And somehow you guys were on another. Where else did your stuff go? Because your stuff was all over the place too.
Well, I saw it on the Twitter for TSN.
Yeah, I see your lips moving, but I can't hear you. All right, no, that's good. But
go ahead.
No, now, you with me now? Now I heard you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you now.
All right, so yeah, we were on TSN with our call.
Yeah.
But I didn't see that one on the ESPN. I think it was somebody's phone.
Yeah, or one of the news cameras on the sideline. Either way, I'm looking forward to talking to Lisa about the state championship, because I still tell you that was the best ending of a state basketball championship I've seen in 25 years.
Oh, and by the way,
yeah,
Chavez is coming back. She's only a junior.
Yeah, then there's that, and being recruited, and that's not going to hurt her getting recruited. 9:30 this morning, Warren Schaefer's going to join us, the manager of the Albuquerque Isotopes. Topes got beat last night 7-3. They're off to a 1-4 start, all against the Sugarland Skaters. And they finish out their homestand today. Remember, throughout the season, they're all going to be Thursday through Tuesday. Wednesdays are going to be off all season long. But they got a game tonight, and Warren's going to join us coming up at 9:30 this morning. So that's where we are. We're going to get into Tebow when we come back. I guess when this thing broke yesterday, I didn't realize it was as big as I guess I wasn't fazed by it. It was like, all right, Tim Tebow's got a tryout. Did you realize this was going to be the talk of the year?
Once he was signed, the answer to that question is yes.
Yeah, I guess I didn't, but it is. I certainly have my thoughts on it. We'll get that when we come back. Give us a call at 505-246-0610. Bobcat?
Yes?
Good to see you.
Yeah, it's strange, isn't it?
It's good to see you. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Opening drive, Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck. Micah, Josh produces for you today over on The ProView Network side, where you can watch the show worldwide on ProViewNetworks.com or statewide at Comcast Channel 26.
Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show.
Good morning and welcome to Sports Desk Live on Comcast Channel 26.
Hey, Bob.
Welcome to The Point with Nick Rich.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 10, America Talking Out.
I'm Pastor Flora Padilla of Mending Broken Hearts.
Welcome to Henry T. Game Face Live, Comcast 26, and Big Bad ProView Network.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Welcome to Local Focus with Sebastian Noel.
Welcome, sports fans. It's that time of the week again. You are watching the Weekly Rundown.
Hey, welcome to Red Menace TV here on ProView Network.
Hello, I'm Steve Davis. You are watching Public Access TV.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspet.com.
Datacom is the manufacturer's representative for the states of Arizona and New Mexico. Datacom represents Fuji Electric for uninterruptible power systems and Layer Zero for static switches and power distribution units. High-Tech Power Protection manufactures dynamic rotary UPS systems up to 3.6 megawatts, individual and 100 megawatts by combining multiple units. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to datacom.com to learn more.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. They're at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Here at Legacy, we are here to disciple people by helping them connect with God, grow in relationships, and live generously.
Bronco fan, at least the report is your team is pursuing. That's a cute picture of JJ. Pursuing Aaron Rodgers. That's like him all fresh with his hair combed and shaven.
It's an old picture then.
Look at that picture of you. It's a. Where'd you find that one? I like the sweatshirt. He's in his blue New Mexico Bowl hoodie back in the day. But yeah, that's fresh face, combed hair, JJ Buck. On your ProView.
A long time ago.
For those of you listening to us on the AM, because I guess that's the only play, and on the interwebs, it's good to have you today. Hopefully we get the FM back up quickly. But it's good to hear you 246-0610 if you want to get in. So the other story yesterday, and the Aaron Rodgers thing, I think is, I mean, I don't know. Yesterday, it's every day. The Tebow thing blows up, and I guess because it's Tebow. And what was the last big Tebow story? Was it the last? Let me put it this way: the last big Tebow football story. What was it? Was it when he was trying to be a quarterback after the Broncos let him go, and then he went to the Jets? And I mean, because all I know,
big Tebow story,
football story. The last big Tebow football story.
Signing with the Jets, right?
I guess, right? And so I imagine I lost the magnitude in my memory. As I was reminded many times over the last 16 hours, he did win a playoff game, and there's not a lot of people on the planet who can say that he engineered a playoff win in overtime, and he did. And so he gets all the credit in the world for that. But he wasn't very good as a pro quarterback. Nothing wrong with that. He was as good of a college quarterback. I tell you all the time, two of the best college quarterbacks I've ever seen were not great pro football players. They're both left-handed. Tim Tebow, Kellen Moore. Right? Could he be a tight end?
No.
All right. Jaguars have brought him in. They've signed him to a one-year deal. I'm going to try to convert him to a tight end. Makes no sense until you start thinking it through. Urban Meyer is the coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars, and Urban Meyer was his college coach, and Urban Meyer loves him, and I understand why. And he made Urban Meyer, in large respects, a lot of money, right? Helping him win national championships, or a national championship at Florida. And it's a big deal. He's 34 or 33 years old. He worked out as a tight end. I don't know why everybody thinks he could be a tight end. If this was, 8-10 years ago, this was kind of the path that people were suggesting he take, was it not? Go be a tight end?
Yes.
He didn't want to be a tight end. He's a quarterback. I think he's realized he's not a quarterback. He's a decent analyst for college football and television. Would you say that?
Yes, I would.
I think he's decent at that. And he wants to give football a chance. Look, I don't know why. I'm listening to people lose their mind with this. Well, he's taking a job away from a young kid. Not really. If the young kid is that much better than him or that much more developmental, he's going to get that job. Is he really taking the job away from somebody? Because I'm not sure I believe he is. B, I don't believe he's going to make the team. So what if they brought him in? I help me understand why people are losing their mind about this. There's no other way in God's green earth, we in Albuquerque, New Mexico, or any of these other outlets all over the country are talking about the Jacksonville Jaguars. If Tim Tebow's not in camp, and you know what? If he makes a team and he can be a tight end, great story for them. Good for them if he can contribute.
It is a great story, but it's more about Urban Meyer
being Urban Meyer,
running this like a college football team, and it's going to come back to bite him again. And it's what happened with the strength coach. He says, "Oh, he's a good guy. I vouch for him." And how'd that end up?
That's a bad.
And this is Tim Tebow's not a problem in terms of character, but if you want Tim Tebow, sign him as a coach. There's no way he's making this roster as a tight end. He didn't even have that athleticism to be an impactful tight end before this. You know what Tim Tebow is? He's a position that's not in the NFL anymore. He's a fullback. And so if you want Tim Tebow on your roster and or just around your team, bring him in as a coach. I'm not, to your point, someone that's saying, "Oh, he's taking away an opportunity." We've seen so many people get opportunity, and now I'm not gonna get upset that Tim Tebow's getting this opportunity, because guess what? His Tim Tebow is taking advantage of his celebrity status. That's what got him the opportunity to play minor league baseball, and that's what got him this chance with Urban Meyer. But I would be looking at it going, all right, Urban, how many more times are you going to think this is going to work? It's the buddy-buddy system in the NFL is not going to work, is not going to last like it does in college.
Well, so I think ultimately he may end up as a coach, somewhat like the other guy I mentioned in that sentence, Kellen Moore, right, who's the offensive coordinator for Cowboys. If he's out there playing tight end, I guess I can't sit here and tell you he can't do it. I know it's really easy to say that he's not athletic enough, he can't. I haven't seen the man play. So I'm not going to jump on that like everybody else is and just say he absolutely can't do it. I'm going to give Urban Meyer a little bit of credit, and maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I'm giving him credit that he hasn't earned. That says if he's going to bring this guy in then the guy can play, or at least has a chance to.
That is way too much credit.
All right, maybe it is. Maybe it is. I don't think it disrupts the locker room. I think Tim Tebow, I mean, at this point, who's the old guy in the corner trying to be tight end? If he's that embarrassing, it's gonna come to the top and it's gonna become obvious. To your point, I think that's where it ends up. I think he ends up on staff in some capacity. They may have already filled all their coaching spots, but I think it's some capacity he ends up on staff, and if that's where he wants to go. I mean, I don't know. What's a better run for a 34-year-old Tim Tebow? Where's he making more money? Where's he happy? What's his life better? As an assistant coach, learning how to be a coach in the NFL, or as an analyst on ESPN?
Probably as an analyst,
right?
It's a easier lifestyle.
It's a way easier lifestyle
than grinding. But this is him still wanting to play. This is him still wanting to be an athlete.
Okay.
Which, give him that chance. I'd look at it more as Urban Meyer's trying to run this like a college football team, and it's not going to work.
In what way? Just this my boy?
Buddy so far.
Okay.
And it's the strength
in the NFL like that. In the NFL like that. Look at coaching staffs. Who do they hire? Who do guys bring in? Guys that they've been with.
Yeah, but the guys we don't know about, guys that aren't necessarily in trouble. In this case, Tim Tebow is such a magnifying force to where himself, he's not a bad character, but everyone's going to gravitate to Tim Tebow, and the rest of that locker room's going to be like, really? Yeah. This dude can't play in the NFL anymore, and that's the main story of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I think there's a lot of everything's going to gravitate to him, and I understand that. And I think there's a big piece of I mean, again, the only reason we're talking about the Jacksonville Jaguars is because we're talking about Tim Tebow. So I understand that part of it. I guess
are you that desperate for attention? You just drafted Trevor Lawrence. I get it. Tim Tebow, Florida, Jacksonville guy. He ain't selling out just because Tim Tebow is going to step on the field one or two times if he actually makes the roster.
Well, okay. Oh, dang. What's my password? I guess that's my whole thing. Are they that desperate? And so am I absolutely certain this guy can't play that position? I mean, I'm 90% certain, but I haven't seen it.
The last time he stepped in
it's been a decade.
NFL field.
It's been a decade.
It's one thing to stand there in left field.
No, I got it. It's been a long bleeping time. Long time. Can he not do it? I don't think he can. I don't think it's that easy. Is he an athlete? He's 34. He's still a young man. He can still be an athlete. There's plenty of really good athletes at 34. I think he's kept in shape. He's still been a pro athlete playing baseball. Now, big difference to play football. I'm with you on everything's against it. I guess I don't have that big of a deal of Urban Meyer bringing him in and giving him a shot. And if he can play, wow, what a great story.
My thing is, yes, he's been playing baseball.
Yeah.
But
different.
I look at it and say, where my is, did he never want to try this before? Like, so he had to wait for Urban Meyer to finally get this opportunity because teams didn't want to give him a chance at tight end. Was he never willing to do that? Is Urban Meyer the only coach you would be willing to do that for?
I think that's a great question. In large respect, there was a whole lot of didn't people ask him to do this before? Didn't people try to get him to do this before?
Towards his end, the unbelievable run as quarterback in Denver, somehow, some way, like completing one pass, winning football games, ultimately at the end, they're like, maybe you can change and stay in the NFL, and he didn't want to. That's fine. But it's just, I just look at it and go, there is a whole lot more to this than just a football player getting a chance. Obviously, it's Tim Tebow.
Well, of course there is. I don't think anybody's trying to mask that. I don't think if this was another 34-year-old quarterback that came out of Idaho, who didn't play for Urban Meyer, who played minor league baseball, wants a chance, he wouldn't get this chance.
No,
yeah, no, it's like
we all get that, but that's my thing: is how is the rest of the team?
Yeah,
this building confidence in Urban Meyer.
Yeah,
and they just another story in the offseason before they even get together to do full team workouts. They're just like, is this guy understand the NFL is not college?
I think there's a big piece of they're gonna have to understand that some guys get more chances than others. Trevor Lawrence is gonna get more chances than other guys, right? Trevor Lawrence, the first round pick overall. He's Trevor freaking Lawrence. Etienne, the running back's probably gonna get, because he's high profile. Guy who was a 5th round pick out of Purdue may not get as much, right? And in life, some guys get more opportunities than others. This guy gets more opportunities. That's just the way it is. Some guys have a rougher pass. Some
The
guys
problem
don't.
is it's just the way it is because of Urban Meyer.
Okay.
No one else in this league would have given him this opportunity.
Okay. All right.
And so that's why I just think you start kind of seeing that rub in that locker room going, probably other players going, are we just all in the way of him getting a bunch of his guys?
I'm trying to think of another similar situation. I guess to your point, I'm not. Would Sean McVay find somebody? Would Bill Belichick give somebody another chance? Antonio Brown gets more chances. Look, I watch guys in this league get another chance. Guys who've done all kinds of stuff. I look at what the Cowboys have done with guys who have been arrested how many times and keep getting chances. Like, what's this guy done? He's just not been a great football player. He's getting another chance, okay, because he's Tim Tebow. And if he doesn't make it, he doesn't make it. To me, that's the downside. If he doesn't make it, he doesn't make it. Okay, he didn't make it. And you're talking about the Jacksonville Jaguars. 505-246-0610. I'm going to talk about home security for you because it's something that I know you don't want to talk about. It's something that I missed a break ago, Bob, and I'll do it now. It's something that I've called years and years and years ago. It's IPS, International Protective Service. They protect my home. They patrol every single day. If my alarm goes off, IPS is going to respond within 5 to 7 minutes like they do for alarms all over the city with trained armed security officers. 5 to 7 minutes. They catch the bad guys to keep the bad guys away. If you go out of town, you call them, you let them know. They patrol your home. They'll pick up the newspaper. The garbage cans get rolled to the curb and back on garbage day. If you got mail, a package delivered, they will pick all that up and hold it for you until you get back. Don't wait until something bad happens. I know this is not an easy call to make. It's not something you're excited about. And then something bad happens, you're like, dang, I wish I would have done it. Don't wait until something bad happens. You've worked too hard to build what you have. Call International Protective Service and have them protect what's important to you. The phone number is 505-897-2420. That's area code 505-897-2420, or visit them online. It's ipsglobal.com.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspet.com.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
A rogue virus, no jobs, sky-high tuition debt. Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines. But we refuse to just sit back and watch it pass us by. Instead, watch us fly ahead. Watch us overcome anything. Watch us rise. Watch us change our world. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your
green. And keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspet.com.
Looks like Lauren McKinley with the ball right there, just into the game. Banks one off the window.
Lovato spins. Lovato going to get all the way to the basket over Gilliford. It's the ball handler. Lovato's so good he only needs one shoe. Seiss just picked his pocket. Transition and one on a strong finish for Gabe Seiss.
We're getting closer and closer to the end of the regular season of the NBA. Last night, Washington got beat by Atlanta 125-124. Memphis with a win over New Orleans, and New Orleans just about done. 115-110. Golden State, for whatever reason, went out and beat Utah. Like, why would they do that? Why is Golden State trying to hold on to that 9 spot or 8 spot when they can drop to 9 and play San Antonio instead of play the Lakers or Portland?
So, update on the play-in tournament, Jeff. We had it totally wrong.
So it was the way I thought it was the whole time?
No.
No.
But it's a little more complicated than that.
All right, tell me.
So here we go. 9 will play 10, and then the 9-10 winner will play the loser of the 7-8 game. So the winner of the 7-8 series immediately is the 7th seed. The loser of that
Is it a series or is it a game?
It just says playing tournament.
But I mean the 7-8 game. 7-8, is it a game or is it a series? Why is it got to be so difficult,
right? So the loser of 7-8 has one more chance because they'll play the winner of 9-10. The winner of 9-10 is not in the playoffs. They just move on to that game, and then the winner of that
game
and or tournament is the 8th seed.
And everybody else is just sitting around waiting for them.
So there's still 2 chances for the teams that finish 7 and 8.
So that makes sense why they would finish 8th. All right. And so everybody sits around and waits for him, watches them.
Yes.
Gets healthy, I imagine. So that's what you had last night. Portland put up 140 points and beat the tar out of it. Bad. Boy, Houston's bad. I mean, really, really bad. Dame Lillard had 34. He was 6 of 11 from three-point land last night. He had 9 rebounds to go with his 34 points. He's terrific. Portland's playing well. Of all the teams right now, and I'm not telling you they're going to win the championship. I know that was a team that you told me a number of times, and I don't think you're wrong. It may be the most disappointing. They're now a game and a half up on the Lakers for the final spot outside of the play-in tournament, and that would put them against the Clippers in the first round, which I think is dangerous for the Clippers in an interesting series. But Portland's starting to play well. They're only a half game behind Dallas. They catch Dallas to get into that 4-5 series against Denver, and I like them against Denver.
That backcourt's problem, it all starts with Damian Lillard. And he's a guy that's been there, done that in terms of stealing playoff series, sending good teams home early in the postseason. And the West is going to be a lot of fun from top to bottom because all these matchups you can say, if that team, if them. And definitely, if you're the 4 seed, Nuggets sit there, you're going to have a tough 5th seed, whether it would have been the Lakers or if it's the Mavericks and Luka Doncic or the Portland Trailblazers. Nothing's easy in that first.
And you're down, you're down Jamal Murray, and you're going to be in. I believe in Portland. I believe in postseason Dame Lillard. There's the questions for the postseason. Like, I look at the West. Obviously, I believe in postseason LeBron James and what I saw from Anthony Davis last year. I believe in postseason Steph Curry. I believe in Dame Lillard and C.J. McCollum postseason. I think I believe in postseason Luka Doncic. He was pretty good last season. I know I believe in postseason Kawhi Leonard despite what happened last year. I'm not sure I believe in postseason Clippers, though. I have no idea what to think of postseason Phoenix Suns because we've never seen it. I'm not sold on postseason Utah Jazz because they lost in the first round and blew a 3-1 lead last year.
And the health right now.
And their health right now.
With Donovan Mitchell being out, Mike Conley did not play as well last night. And Jordan Clarkson had to score 41 points for them to have a shot in that game. And it was a disappointing performance for the Utah Jazz. But the one thing that you're still hoping for Utah is Mike Conley's not a serious injury. They're just managing him to end the season. Just keep your fingers crossed, and Mitchell is full go to start the playoffs.
Well, that's what you're hoping. I mean, they don't win if Donovan Mitchell's not full go. Donovan Mitchell is the special player on that team. And Rudy Gobert is really good. Donovan Mitchell, to me, is the special player on that team. If there's going to be a difference maker, if there's a reason to me that they're the number one seed, it's what he's done all year. Yeah, they're nice. By the way, Quinn Snyder's done the best, under the radar job, right? If he wasn't in that market, people would be raving about what that head coach has done, wouldn't they?
100%.
I mean, it's a guy who was a questionable hire. Feels like he's been there a long time now. If he wasn't in Salt Lake City, if that was being done in New York or Los Angeles or even in Dallas, certainly Chicago, the job that he's done in Utah, that's a tough market. It's a tough market to get free agents to. It's not a place where the demographic of your average free agent basketball player wants to go and live, correct?
Yeah.
It's not a historically rich basketball market. Yeah, they had Stockton and Malone. It's not a place that is got a great reputation for being comforting and welcoming for African-American people and players. Players might be different. And he's been able to cobble something together there and put together the team that right now has the best record in the National Basketball Association. They're good. He's done a hell of a job. And nobody talks about him. You know, I hear Coach of the Year and I hear, what's his name in Phoenix?
Well, I think Monty Williams.
Monty Williams, yeah. And he's done a great job. Don't get me wrong.
Is the front runner for Coach of the Year. Just the tremendous jump Phoenix has made. But Quinn Snyder, if he was any other market, we would have been talking about him like we were Brad Stevens a year or two ago.
Right? Yeah. I would tell you he's done a better job than Brad Stevens. In a tougher situation. Boston is a rich, historical place where free agents want to go, play. And granted, not necessarily, again, for that demographic, it's got its reputation and its issues there too. But for what's going on in Utah and what we're sitting here and watching, I think what he's done is terrific. And nobody talks about it. And I don't know that many people could tell you who the head coach of the Utah Jazz is. Or point him out, well, he's pretty distinctive looking.
Yeah, when you see him.
Yeah. Oh, that guy. That guy. He played at, didn't he play somewhere? Yeah. He was pretty good. But that's where we are. So as we stand right now, Lakers are holding on to that 7th seed, first play-in tournament, and it would be against Golden State. And they're a game and a half back of Portland. And I don't see Portland backing up. I just don't. And I think you're set in the West. I think New Orleans is pretty much done now. It's going to be Golden State, Memphis, and San Antonio in the 8, 9, 10, maybe flip-flop 8 and 9. And then it looks like the Lakers. And I don't see the Lakers getting out of it right now. And it's so easy to play the what-if game and take a look at the schedule and how will they do. And it doesn't matter. I told you when I was in L.A. listening to Michael Thompson, win. They've got 4 games left against a Knicks team who's – well, I mean, I don't see them losing a lot. I mean, they play the Knicks at home.
Well, their fate's up to Portland because Portland owns the tiebreaker.
Yeah, and it's really going to be more –
Portland has to go –
they have to back up.
Either lose out, or if Portland goes 1-3, the Lakers have to go 2-2.
And they play Houston, and they play Indiana, and they play New Orleans to end. And I think New Orleans is by that point going to be done. So and the Lakers can do that. Portland is got 3 games left. They got Utah, Phoenix, and Denver. 2 on the road, and then Denver at home. They play a banged-up Utah team tomorrow. Then back-to-back on Thursday night on the road. They 2 back-to-back on the road. They go Utah and Phoenix, and they'll close on Sunday with Denver. They could, but they're on a streak right now where Portland has won 4 in a row, 8 of their last 9. They're playing well, and they're playing well at the right time. 505-246-0610 coming up at the top of the hour. We're going to talk with Jared St. Aubin, the former Lobo football player who was announced yesterday has made a significant contribution to his alma mater. What that means, where it's going to go, and why he did that. He's going to be with us coming up at the top of the hour. That's at 8 o'clock. At 9 o'clock, Lisa Villarreal, the head coach of the 5A girls state champion Volcano Vista Hawks, after their tremendous, scintillating victory that went nationwide in the state championship. And then Warren Schaefer, the Isotopes manager, at 9:30 this morning.
F45 functional training. If you're sitting there going, when am I going to get my workout in? There's so much going on. Where do I go? How do I have the time? Well, 45 cents for 45 minutes. That's all you need. Get a fantastic full body workout with F45 functional training. It's fast, fun, and results driven, and the workouts will challenge you. All kinds of different stuff, whether it's from Redline, which is a quote-unquote cardio-based workout, but you're not just sitting on a treadmill, and or a cycle bike for 45 minutes. You're pushing yourself with so many different exercises, rep times, tempos. It is a challenge, and by the way, you can fit it into your crazy schedule. F45 functional training. You can check them out at f45training.com. Download the F45 app. Take a look at the schedule of classes available at the Northeast Heights location. Classes are available 7 days a week, so you can find one that works for your busy schedule. You can also sign up for your 7-day free trial on the app. Get into the gym and check it out. Once you get in there, you're going to realize the atmosphere is awesome. The trainers that help motivate and modify, and just a really good energy every single class you go in there. Regardless of your fitness level, your focus is going to be on getting the best out of the workout that you can, and you keep challenging yourself, taking those steps forward day by day. It's a new challenge, new workout every single day to keep your mind and body moving forward. F45 functional training. It's located at 5920 Holly Northeast, so it's really good access. Paseo I-25 from wherever you're coming from in the city, so you can make it work for you. No more excuses. You can fit it in and get a fantastic workout in just 45 minutes. So check them out at f45training.com. Download the F45 app. Team training, life-changing. I'll see you at F45.
We'll smack that one to center field. This one's going. It's going. And that is home run for Kiana King. For today, 2 games, 4 official at-bats. She has 4 home runs. King adding more to the board.
Back to Stanridge. Stanridge going to go strong. No, look, underneath. Beautiful pass there to Ethan Chavez. No good. Offensive rebound for Ayers, and he beats the horn. Exodus Ayers steals the offensive board, and he beats the buzzer, and we got a 1-point game here. District on the line at Sandia. It's halftime here on ProView Network. Lovato trying to go all the way. Lovato, tough angle. It's going to count. And it's a chance at a 3-point play for Lovato. Steal by Wade. Wade will slam it in transit.
Touch the ball for them. And big look.
Pacheco, the lob, slam dunk. The lob to Wade, it's a slam dunk and a timeout. Valley right away, and great job by Pacheco in finding Wade in the open court.
Ladies, how does it feel? Let's come in here a little bit. How does it feel to hit the 1,000 point mark here at Volcano Vista? Look at the camera. Look at the camera.
Yeah!
Say hi to everybody. You bet.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sports shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
Next in line.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Extreme Clean is a proud sponsor and supporter of ProView Networks and all high school sports athletics. Owner Mike McLean and Extreme Clean specialize in carpet cleaning for apartment, realty, business, and residential clients. With over 20 years experience, attention to detail and quality customer service matters. For more information, give them a call, 505-221-6440, Extreme Clean.
Drive, Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck. Micah, Josh produces for you today over on the ProView Network side, where you can watch the show worldwide on ProViewNetworks.com or statewide at Comcast Channel 26.
Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show.
Good morning. Welcome to Sports Desk Live on Comcast Channel 26.
Welcome to The Point with Nick Rich.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 10, America Talking Out.
I'm Pastor Flora Padilla of Mending Broken Hearts.
Welcome to Henry T. Game Face Live, Comcast 26, and Big Bad ProView Network.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Welcome to Local Focus with Sebastian Noel.
Welcome, sports fans. It's that time of the week again. You are watching the Weekly Rundown.
Hey, welcome to Red Menace TV here on ProView Network.
Hello, I'm Steve Davis. You are watching Public Access TV.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspet.com.
Datacom is the manufacturer's representative for the states of Arizona and New Mexico. Datacom represents Fuji Electric for uninterruptible power systems and Layer 0 for static switches and power distribution units. High-Tech Power Protection manufactures dynamic rotary UPS systems up to 3.6 megawatts, individual and 100 megawatts by combining multiple units. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to datacom.com to learn more.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. They're at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
Rudy's
Last night, 7-3. They're 1-4 on the season. All those games against the Sugarland Skeeters. One more tonight. You can listen to the game here on the Sports Animal. Then a day off on Wednesday down to El Paso. Their manager is Warren Schaefer. He's set to join us coming up this morning at 9:30. JJ, who knew that we would have so many people fired up about Isotopes baseball? I got 4 emails on it this morning. Already. Bill said, must win for mediocrity tonight, Jeff. He says, I don't think they want to drop another at the Monument tonight. And that leaves mediocrity needing a series win against not your Mondo, not my Mondo, but Armando's guys down in El Paso. All right. So he's watching. Lars says, disappointing start, JJ. Albuquerque's baseball team needed to be like a boxer. They needed to get hot backstage because in a shortened season, they aren't going to have as much time as they once did to enter the ring to make up ground if they fall behind in the early rounds. See, everybody's got analogies here. And then there's this. Gus said, this is why you don't play 6-game series, Jeff. In the PCL, teams go through hot and cold streaks. In a 6-game series, if you're scuffling and drop 5 of 6 to a club that's hot in that moment, you can get buried in the standings very quickly. There are 3 clubs that could be in that boat after tonight. It's from Gus. Well, there is no PCL anymore.
AAA West.
And there are no more 4-game series. You play 6. I don't disagree with you on the 6-game series. I don't like them. I can't imagine that. I mean, you get your opening day starters tonight. It's not typical in a series in baseball where you see the same starter twice. That's gonna be the situation tonight. It's cut down on travel. Hence expenses, hence exposure, which in a pandemic, which as much as maybe we're starting to move a little bit and do things again, we are still in a pandemic. And the rules to this season were established when we were in a different stage of this pandemic. It's just that's part of this season. JJ, I don't think this is going to be something that we see as the norm. Do you?
I don't expect it to be.
Yeah, and we'll ask Warren that. I don't think anybody likes it. But deal with it. They're dealing with it too, right? They're going through it too. The other guys have to do it.
Now, I appreciate always the passion, the intensity for Albuquerque Isotopes baseball, but I just don't know what else is there to tell you right now. This is not a great minor league organization, whether we're talking AAA or even double and single A for the Rockies right now.
Yeah, right. It's just kind of where we are. Rod says, sounding good this morning, Jefferson. I forgot how good this OD sounded when the crew is in a real studio. You're exploding out of my radio speakers. No sounds of breakfast being grubbed in the background, just the comforting purrs of Bobcat this morning. It's from Rod. Do you notice a difference?
I do. Feels a little different.
Do you?
A lot of things I forgot about.
Like what? Like your passwords?
Like to open the garage in the morning.
Yeah. Oh, you forgot. Yeah, it's early in the morning. Yeah. Yeah. Bob, it's good to see you in person.
But it's like
good to see you, too. I'm working without headphones at the moment.
Oh, you are working without headphones. You have to give them away or what? JJ need them?
Yeah, JJ needed the connector.
That's actually the truth. I was kind of kidding on that. All right. Well, look.
So I'm having to push buttons that I haven't pushed before, too.
I'm imagining that's probably true. Well, we're all in a new spot, but it's good to be in that spot, I imagine. It's good to be in that spot. All right, 505-246-0610. We're going to be kind of on a little guest list as we go the rest of the way. 8 o'clock, former Lobo Jared St. Aubyn's going to be with us. He and his family, yesterday it was announced, donated $350,000 to the UNM football for completion of that building that they're building on the south end zone. He's going to be with us next. 9 o'clock, Lisa Villarreal, head basketball coach at Volcano Vista. They are state champion. Call her state champion, please. 9:30, the skipper of the Isotopes, Warren Schaefer, will be with us. 505-246-0610. Send us emails, Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com, JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. Aaron is producing it on ProView Network. You can still watch the show. It's just a different look than it's been the last couple of months, 15 of them. Bobcat produces on the radio on 95.9 FM, I hope, and I know on AM 610, the Sports Animal.
proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Here at Legacy, we are here to disciple people by helping them connect with God, grow in relationships, and live generously.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspet.com.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
A rogue virus, no jobs, sky-high tuition debt. Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines. But we refuse to just sit back and watch it pass us by. Instead, watch us fly ahead. Watch us overcome anything. Watch us rise. Watch us change our world. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a #1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today.
The best sports show in New Mexico for 5 years running. This is the opening drive with 2-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Siembieda, and J.J. Buck.
Big deal yesterday for Lobo football. Like a big deal, and there's been a bunch of big deals for Lobo football. Another beautiful, wonderful gift. This from Jared St. Aubin and his family, the former Lobo. $350,000 to go towards the New Mexico Mutual Champion Center, which is going to be built in the south end zone of the stadium. It's the opening drive. Jeff Siembieda and J.J. Buck. There's a lot of momentum around football. You're a new football coach, and I don't know if he's new anymore. At what point is he not new anymore? It's been about 15 months, right? He's got like pretty much a season under his belt. So your second-year football coach has certainly got a lot of people fired up, including a guy who's a teammate of his in college and a proud alum, and who's gone on to have a very, very successful career business-wise, built a beautiful family. Jared St. Aubin is the former Lobo who he and his family announced yesterday that gift, and Jared joins us on the Quan's Auto Care hotline. Jared, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much.
We appreciate you being with us. I always wonder, what's the right thing? I guess congratulations seems like the right sentiment on this because, A, you're in a position to do this, and I know it's something that made you and your family feel good and was really important. So I guess congratulations, and from the community, it's a thank you.
Well, I appreciate it. I feel, man, so blessed, so happy we're able to do it. Quite frankly, man, I love that Coach Gons is here. And we have a reason to be so excited about this program again. That's the best part for myself and a lot of my former teammates. Is man, there's an excitement around this program that we haven't had in a long time, and so it's pretty fun to be down here and just feel what that whole complex is like right now.
Yeah, I think it's palpable when you walk around there and you spend some time with Danny and you get there. So you and your wife Megan, obviously at some point initiate a conversation, and the beauty, that you're in a position to even have that conversation is such a blessing and tribute to your hard work. But how does the conversation with you and Megan get to the point where, all right, I want to give $350,000 or whatever the number is back to my alma mater, and let's start exploring that. How do you get from that conversation through that process to actually making it happen?
Well, Megan and I have a similar belief structure, which obviously helps in a marriage. But she knows how much this university meant for me. She knows that I don't think we would have had any of the successes we've had without my time at New Mexico, Lobo football. She's a strong believer in the value of athletics and the discipline and the lessons that come from it. So it was a pretty easy conversation once we were in a position to be able to give. And then she knows Coach Lensmeyer real well. She knows Coach Long, who coached me here. It was a pretty simple conversation once we knew what the needs were immediately. Megan and I were just, as happy as we could be to contribute in a small way. We still need a lot of my former teammates' community to jump behind it too. We're not done, but I think this is a good start.
Jared, does this happen if it's not Coach Gonzalez? You mentioned the familiarity with Jason Lensmeyer and Danny and Rocky Long. I guess there's no absolutes, but does this happen if somebody else is the head coach here that you're not familiar with?
I don't think it happens so quickly. I think it certainly helps to have somebody that I trust, absolutely, and I think the program couldn't be in better hands. But you never say never. I mean, I'm a Lobo, regardless of the coach, but I certainly got more excited more quickly with Danny leading the way.
Jared, St. Aubin is with us. He and his family announced the gift to the University of New Mexico football program yesterday.
Jared, JJ Buck. So with that, of course, being a Lobo, you followed your program. What's it been like? Have you just been one of those guys that's kind of just been the outside looking in, and now you feel like you can come back more, or what's the journey been like for you just following this team since you left?
Yeah, it's I've kept in touch with Jason and some of the guys, but I will tell you, I've never felt more welcomed than when Danny came back. It was immediately an open invitation to everybody to come back in whenever you want. The facility's always open. There seems to be a desire to bring that family back that maybe hasn't been there for a while, at least since 2008 or so when Coach Long left. So it's a different feeling now than it's ever been, and I'm excited to get back to where we should be.
And Jared, of course, the alumni, the bond that you have as former players to the program, that's going to just hit different. But how do you translate that to just the Lobo fans and wanting them to support this program when, they're a fan of the team, the results, but sometimes not necessarily all the work that goes into getting those results?
Well, it all comes together, right? Right now we're working on the foundation. We have a phenomenal staff here now. We're working on getting the facilities to build this team into a winner and provide the kind of product on the field that we're used to, which, you're a tough, hard-nosed, never-quit team, and that's what Coach Gonzalez is going to do. And when we provide that, I have 100% confidence this community is going to get behind it, because that's what New Mexico is. That's what it was when we were here in '97. Those fans, they want to be behind a team like that, and I believe we put that on the field, this community will support 100% what Coach Gonzalez is doing.
Jared St. Albans with us for a few more minutes, a former Lobo player who has built a successful home building business and sold up their share. And he and his wife Megan announced yesterday a gift that's going towards the Mass Mutual Center, the training center that's going to be built at University Stadium. You talk about the alumni coming back. You're a Colorado guy. You were down here for a few years. And then you built your life in Colorado. But the fact that you're coming back, I think says a lot. You know, Danny talks so much about community, but community doesn't just mean the physical community. He talks about the Lobo community. A guy that, I mean, you were here for a few years. Why was it so important, Jared, for you just to give back to a place where, you know, it would have been easy for, and maybe it wouldn't have been easy, just to say, you know what, I'm not there anymore. I'm grateful. I watched their football team. Go, Danny. But, you know, we're going to put our money elsewhere. Like, why was it so important for you to come back into this community when you don't live here anymore?
Well, a couple of things. One, I feel there's a responsibility to support the people that got you where you are. And again, without guys like Coach Long, Coach Francione, Coach Paulson had a huge effect on my life. And I truly feel like we have a responsibility to come back and help and make it better than we found it. And that drives a lot of what we do in a lot of places that we give. And really that's the same thing in New Mexico. And once Danny really opened up, you know, the program again, it made it a pretty easy decision.
Yeah. You mentioned 1997, and I tell stories, and it seems like ancient history at times. And you start going, 97, man, that was now 24 years ago, for crying out loud. But I remember the Saturday game against Rice at home to win the WAC, the divisional championship. I remember the championship game that Saturday morning against Colorado State with Eric Jaworski was your quarterback when Graham Lee got hurt, and then the Insight.com Bowl. And by the way, I tell people it was really cold in Tucson that night. And they're like, it doesn't get cold in Tucson. I'm like, no, it was damn cold. But talk about that team, because what that team meant to this program, I think, is underscored a bit. Rocky came in the year afterwards and started building what he built. But that was the first bowl team at New Mexico, I want to say, since 1963 Aviation Bowl or something. That was a big moment in Lobo football history, and you were part of that.
Well, yeah, that was amazing. That was my freshman year. What I think set that team apart is the leadership and the toughness. You know, guys, Scott McGarrahan and Ramos, and the offensive line, Matt Tyner, guys that just really, what I think Danny is trying to make the new Lobos look like. Guys that, you know, maybe didn't come in as, you know, 4-star guys, but no one's going to work harder and no one's going to be tougher, and they're going to punch you in the mouth, and that's what we did. And we were successful because we had a group of those guys. You know, we had 85 guys with the same mentality in 1997, and you know, we beat teams that were more talented than us.
No doubt.
And that's one of the things that gets me so excited. I think that's what Coach Long and Coach Gonzalez are really trying to get here. And man, I was at spring practice this year, and they're on their way. They got some guys here that are willing to do that.
I was corrected by Frank. He already sent me the text. The 1961 Aviation Bowl, not 1963, 1961. I appreciate it, Frank. Thank you. Jared St. Albans with us for a few more minutes.
Jared, how do you get there as a player and as a team to that moment where you're going to grind? It's all the cliches, but they're cliches for a reason, to have that identity as a football team.
Well, it starts with, you know, the right player. You know, you can only do so much. You got to recruit the kid who's willing to do that, and be selfless, and then you have to provide the resources to make it happen. For us, it was Coach Paulson and Coach Diane in the weight room and the strength program, pushing us to be that and not accepting anything less. And it was Coach Francione and Coach Patterson, and then Coach Long came in, and it was no different. It's demanding that toughness and that effort, and then if you're not going to get on board, then you need to go somewhere else, and that's happening again, and it's exciting.
You know, I want to hit on something you said about inclusion and inviting players back. I think every coaching staff that's been through here, JJ, if I'm mistaken, they've all said they want to welcome former players. And it's one thing to say it, and there's nothing against any of the coaching staffs who have been here, but you're not the first guy who I've heard as an alum say, you know, it feels different, or welcome back. I don't know what it means. It feels different, Jared, because you're class, your group of guys are going to be in your professional prime right now. As far as your professional lives, whatever it is you've gone on and done, it would feel like you're the guys, not just the last 5 years, the last 10 years, but going back deeper, are guys you want to reach out to. What is the difference? Can you explain it? Because I think for any program, you've got to go on and build on your roots, build on your history, build on the foundation. And you were the guys who really did this. And I think that 97 group was so key. But what is the difference now that's tangible, that's got you so excited?
Man, it's simple things. It's, the phone call. It's actually reaching out. It's Coach Lensmeyer sending a text. It's getting involved in First Team, which is a group that gets us all together for FaceTime, because that's what you miss. The brotherhood you have, once you all move away, it's tough to get back. You get us all in the same place, and it's like nothing ever changed. And Coach Lenz, Coach Gonzalez are doing a great job of getting those groups back together. It hasn't happened before, really, in any true, tangible way, and now it is. So now it's Coach Gonzalez is doing everything he can. Now it's up to us to come together and do our part as ex-players and the community. It's not just the players. We need this entire community to support this team and this program and all athletics at UNM. We have a great university here. We need to start recognizing that a little bit more, I think.
Well, he's not just talking the talk. He's walking the walk. Jared St. Aubin and his wife, Megan, and their family talk about supporting. They put up $350,000 towards the New Mexico Mutual Champions Center. It was announced yesterday. Man, I appreciate you spending some time with us. This was really, really cool. Look forward to seeing you. It sounds like you're going to be around quite a bit. Congratulations on all your success. And I know they say thank you over there. We're not UNM, but I think as part of the community, people should appreciate the fact that here you are as an alum of this university and coming back, and you don't live here, but you found it important enough to contribute to this community. And I think it's not just the university to me; it's the community. And best to you and your family, Jared. Appreciate you spending some time with us.
Absolutely, thank you so much. Appreciate you having me on.
Be well, Jared St. Aubin. Dude, that was awesome. I mean, does that tell you a lot?
It does. In its situation, and you hit it, there's a group that, Danny went to school with, players that he played with and then had the connection to in his graduate assistant years at UNM, that some of them are absolutely in this position. Mm-hmm. And you've already seen it initially. Danny Gonzalez hitting the ground running with his fundraising efforts, what he's trying to do to help build not just football, but UNM athletics. And it is important, because that is a big piece to the puzzle, is what you have available, how you get those players into better shape across the board. And there's no doubt about it, you ride this wave of momentum as long as you can with Danny Gonzalez at the helm.
All right, you can comment on that. We got 3 lines open for you, 505-246-0610. Your emails, Jeff or JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. It's the opening drive. Jeff Siembieda and JJ Buck. Glad you're with us on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspet.com.
Looks like Lauren McKinley with the ball right there, just into the game. Banks one off the window.
Lovato spins. Lovato going to get all the way to the basket over Gilliford. It's the ball handler. Lovato's so good he only needs one shoe. Seiss just picked his pocket. Transition and one on a strong finish for Gabe Seiss.
will smack that one to center field. This one's going. It's going. And that is home run for Kiana King. For today, 2 games, 4 official at-bats. She has 4 home runs. King adding more to the board.
Back to Stanridge. Stanridge going to go strong. No, look, underneath. Beautiful pass there to Ethan Chavez. Flowers free throw's no good. Offensive rebound for Ayers, and he beats the horn. Exodus Ayers steals the offensive board, and he beats the buzzer, and we got a 1-point game here. District on the line at Sandia. It's halftime here on ProView Network. Lovato trying to go all the way. Lovato, tough angle. It's going to count, and it's a chance at a 3-point play for Lovato. Steal by Wade. Wade will slam it in transit. Touch the ball for them. Big look. Pacheco, the lob, slam dunk. The lob to Wade, and it's a slam dunk and a timeout. Valley right away, and great job by Pacheco in finding Wade in the open court.
Ladies, how does it feel? Let's come in here a little bit. How does it feel to hit the 1,000 point mark here at Volcano Vista? Look at the camera. Look at the camera.
Yeah!
Say hi to everybody. You bet.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
I thoroughly enjoyed that. It was interesting, JJ, when Jared St. Aubin was just with us, and I hope you listened to it. When I said to him, would this happen if it wasn't this particular coaching staff? And there was quite the hesitation, and he said probably not now, right? That doesn't mean never, but at some point there's got to be outreach. And look, this is nothing against the former 2 coaching staffs, because I think they said, we want people involved. We want alum involved. It's,
but it kind of is.
Well, so
isn't it?
In some respects, but it's harder to reach out to someone you don't know, right? Mm-hmm. So for Danny, they may have done what this staff is doing, for all I know. Maybe they didn't. I don't know. Send out texts or emails or touch, but not individuals.
Yeah,
who would have known Jared St. Aubin?
Yeah, you're not going to have that close of a connection.
You don't have any connection.
But it does feel like they're not asking, to be, oh, you need to send me a personal text message. But still, to your point, there's multiple people we've talked to, multiple alumni.
Yes.
That say it's just different, even just being around.
Yes.
The program.
And hopefully this is something that's set up that is preserved. I think it was like this when Rocky left. And again, Mike was going to do things different when he came in, and that's fine. And is this part of what went away a little bit? I don't know. It's a lot easier to reach out to people you know than people you don't know. It's a lot easier for Rocky Long, Jason Lensmeyer, Danny Gonzalez to reach out to Jared St. Aubin, Ramos McDonald, right? Guys that he was talking about, and say, I want you coming back in, then somebody brand new who wouldn't even know who to reach out to. Why would Bob Davey know to reach out to Jared St. Aubin? Well, he's an alumni, Jeff. Well, yeah, but you know, right? You know what I'm saying? So when you have those personal relationships. Now, that said, this is something that once it's built, and it's being built, and however long Danny's here, whoever's in next has got to keep that going. Right? Because I do believe it was built there when Rocky was here with the last coaching, 2-3 coaching staffs ago. And it's something that went away.
It's definitely something easier said than done because it takes a lot of work to keep up all those relationships.
Yes. And it can't be one person. And therein belies the importance of the construction of your staff. Right? Because you look at any successful college program, basketball, football, like A.J. Bramlett has always posted about the University of Arizona, how tight he's still, on his social media. And now he's here in Albuquerque and he's working here and doing good things here, but he's always posting about the program that he won a national championship with. And I think any successful program's got it. UCLA would have it, right? Brewer and James, you're on the Quan's Auto Care Hotline. Hello, James.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
I'm going to help the Lobos out. As the official recruiting coordinator for the Lobos, I'm recruiting this kid out of Tarzana, California. About 6'6".
My hometown.
Got a 7-foot wingspan, and but I have one problem. I need all the alumni to kick in and bring him in.
Where's he go to school?
I heard him.
Johnny Juzang? Johnny Juzang, is he in the transfer portal or something?
Yes, he's in the transfer portal.
No,
I've been talking to him lately. Yeah.
Is Johnny Juzang really in the transfer portal?
What's that?
Johnny Juzang's really in the transfer portal?
No,
I didn't
he's
think
not.
he was.
He's going to the pros, bro.
All right, I was
He's
like, dang, what's he doing? Yeah, I thought you found another guy out of my hometown, Tarzana, California.
Right on.
91356, baby.
Official Lobos recruiter.
All right.
I'm looking at a couple guys, and I'm going to bring them into Albuquerque, and we're gonna change this mentality. We're gonna be starting to beat some teams, bro.
Right on. We're gonna turn it into Tarzana Kirky.
Yeah. Hey, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
I got a question for you, real quick.
Yeah.
Name the top 5 players out of the Inland Empire, and 2 of them are girls.
I don't know, man. Well, I mean, is Cheryl Miller one of them?
That's the number one. She's number one.
Well, then Reggie.
Get it off, right?
Then Reggie.
Cheryl Miller, Diana Taurasi.
Reggie. Kawhi.
The Ball brothers, and Kawhi Leonard.
And Kawhi. Yeah, and who else came out of when Kawhi Leonard was playing San Diego State? Kendall was here. Wasn't Kendall from the Inland Empire? Right? Rancho Cucamonga?
Yeah.
Right? That's the Inland Empire. Don't you call it Rancho Cucamonga's the IE, isn't it?
Bros, you guys have a good one, man.
See you.
Take care.
Later. Who's playing here that played high school ball with Kendall at the time? I'm sorry, with Kawhi.
Oh, Tony.
It was Tony. Okay.
Yeah. Tony Snell.
Yeah, and Tony Snell's pretty good, and he's playing the NBA, and he's out of the Inland Empire. He's out of Riverside as well. I thought he was finding another guy out of Tarzana, man. 91356, baby.
I'm sure there's some athletes available.
There's a lot of them. I was looking at the Taft High wall, the football wall, and all the players. I meant to show it to you, like all the Steve Smiths and all the pros. It was crazy. All right, 505-246-0610. Want your thoughts? 888-922-0610. Your emails are coming in this morning. Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com. JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. Dan sent a note that says reunited, and it sounds so good. Is this the first time the new OD crew of Jeffrey, Juan, Jose, and Bobcat have all been together? Get ready to win more awards. I'm impressed. New coach Vic Schaefer, or whatever his name is that's what it says right here. His name's Warren Schaefer, is willing to come on the OD the morning after a tough loss. I don't think Glenn Allen Hill ever went out of his way to connect with the community, and it all starts by coming on this award-winning program. This manager's got a different philosophy in doing those sorts of things than the previous one. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Yeah, which everybody do your thing, man. Everybody do your thing, however it is you want to do it. But yeah, I think we're going to try to do stuff on Tuesdays. There's going to be a lot of Tuesday day games. Now, tonight's a night game, but there's going to be a lot of Tuesday day games where they're up early. Baseball players don't do early, Bob. Baseball players they leave the ballpark at 11:30, 12 o'clock at night, maybe go out and have one or two or whatever. Early for
professional athletes don't do early.
Yeah, but baseball players specifically, because they're playing and working late every night. Baseball players are getting out of bed about 10:30 on a typical morning.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, no. Look, it's the lifestyle, and sleeping in is not a bad thing. I've been doing this morning show for 12 and a half years. I anchored the morning news for, 2.5, and I'm still not a morning person. I did the evening news for a long, long time and lived that lifestyle, and I like it. It was I was way better late night sleeping until 10:30. The only time I got up, I had an alarm go off as if I had a tea time. It's the truth.
Priorities.
Yeah, no doubt. But he is going to get up this morning and have that conversation with us. Top of the hour, we're going to talk some high school hoops. Lisa Villarreal is going to be with us. She is the head coach of the state champion girls basketball team over at Volcano Vista, and they won in tremendous fashion. So looking forward to talking to her. Hey, I want you to feel well. Fellas, how you feeling? You feel all right? Are you maybe sluggish, dealing with fatigue, hair loss, carrying a few extra pounds, maybe even erectile dysfunction? Then I really suggest you call New Male, because New Male leads the way in helping men deal with these things. And I think you know this by now. There's a good chance you'll be affected by it because it's natural. If you're dealing with any of this, call New Male at 505-652-1688 or visit them at NewMale, that's NUMALE.com, and you can take care of it. You see, guys, New Male leads the way when it comes to men's health. New Male helps men feel better, helps them battle nature. And if you're dealing with these things, it's natural. You have testosterone replacement, which is cutting edge. The process is easy, it's comfortable, and the best part is the results are proven. They are absolutely real, and you will feel better. Call and make an appointment, 505-652-1688. Sometimes the toughest part is the first part, making that phone call. Don't put it off. Guys, it's time to feel well, to feel like you again. New Male will help take care of that. 505-652-1688 or visit them online at newmale.com and feel like you again.
Next in line.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Extreme Clean is a proud sponsor and supporter of ProView Networks and all high school sports athletics. Owner Mike McLean and Extreme Clean specialize in carpet cleaning for apartment, realty, business, and residential clients. With over 20 years experience, attention to detail and quality customer service matters. For more information, give them a call, 505-221-6440, Extreme Clean.
Drive, Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck, Micah. Josh produces for you today over on the ProView Network side, where you can watch the show worldwide on ProViewNetworks.com or statewide at Comcast Channel 26.
Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show.
Good morning and welcome to Sports Desk live on Comcast Channel 26.
Welcome to The Point with Nick Rich.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 10, America Talk It Out.
I'm Pastor Flora Padilla of Mending Broken Hearts.
Welcome to Henry T. Game Face Live, Comcast 26, and Big Bad ProView Network.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Welcome to Local Focus with Sebastian Noel.
Welcome, sports fans. It's that time of the week again. You are watching the Weekly Rundown.
Hey, welcome to Red Menace TV here on ProView Network.
Hello, I'm Steve Davis. You are watching Public Access TV.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own.
Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspets.com.
Datacom is the manufacturer's representative for the states of Arizona and New Mexico. Datacom represents Fuji Electric for uninterruptible power systems and Layer 0 for static switches and power distribution units. High-Tech Power Protection manufactures dynamic rotary UPS systems up to 3.6 megawatts, individual and 100 megawatts by combining multiple units. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to datacom.com to learn more.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. They're at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever, no one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Here at Legacy, we are here to disciple people by helping them connect with God, grow in relationships, and live generously.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspets.com.
Don't sack the sports animal.
All right, with you, whether you're with us on the AM or the interwebs, glad you're with us. The opening drive, Jeff Siembieda and JJ Buck. We'll be talking a little bit about Tim Tebow and the Jaguars experiment and him in camp or in these mini camps as a tight end and his college coach, Urban Meyer, giving him a shot to come in. And people are losing their mind because, well, anything Tim Tebow, it generates all kinds of conversation. And, oh, my goodness, he's taking a spot away from somebody. No, he's not. I mean, they got 1 million guys in camp. They can have almost as many as they want. If he makes the team, did he take a spot away from somebody else? Well, he earned it. Or did he? And, JJ, you're saying there's another angle to this that maybe we're missing out on.
Yeah, a lot of people are pointing out that Tim Tebow is 3 games away, regular season games, on a roster from becoming fully vested in that NFL pension plan lifetime benefits.
It's a big deal, right?
It's a very big deal.
And I don't know how much money that would mean to him, but I'm sure it would be significant. And they're like, well, look what Urban's... I don't have a problem with that, honestly. I mean, Tim Tebow made Urban Meyer a lot of money. I don't know how much exactly. I don't know how you make it. You can go through and say, how much did Tim Tebow win? You know, what was Urban's bonus to win a national championship? And he won it because of Urban Meyer. But what was Urban Meyer's bonus like in just in tangible numbers? What were his numbers, bonuses to win SEC championships and win bowl games and win national championship? Like, that's tangible, and he can point directly at that young quarterback that he had. But as far as what it meant for his career moving forward, and then when he went to Ohio State and became an analyst, Tim Tebow made Urban Meyer a lot of money. And if Urban Meyer's helping Tim Tebow make a little money and it means he's going to be on a roster for 3 games, oh, he's taking it away from a young guy. You know what? Honestly, like sometimes things happen. You take care of people. Like it's not killing me that he's getting an opportunity that many others wouldn't.
Yeah, but you're thinking about it from not a locker room perspective. Urban Meyer has zero cred in the NFL.
I know, I get that.
In the locker room, and all these guys are sitting there, just sitting back, going, he's doing all these things for all his guys. Is he going to have my back?
Yeah, no, that's
Is he going
fair.
to have all these other players back?
Or the other thing is, well, how do I become one of these guys? Like he takes care.
Buckeye to come in.
Well, he takes care of his players. Now I'm one of his players, right? If I'm one of his guys, he's going to take care of me. I guess you could look at it the other way, right? This could be Urban said, look, I take care of my guys. You're my guys. You make my team. You're my guys. If Tim Tebow stinks, if Tim Tebow goes out there and is horrible, he will not make this team. If Tim Tebow cannot play, he won't make the team. Urban Meyer's got a job to do, and to your point, Urban Meyer's got no cred. He's got to completely build his NFL cred. It's like I used to say this with Craig Neal when people were here. When people said, "Oh, look what he's doing. He's playing. He's doing everything he can to win because winning behooves him, right?" Urban Meyer's got to do everything he can to win. When it comes down to it, how is Urban Meyer building his NFL cred? How is he going to build his resume? It's not even resume, but his legacy as an NFL coach, and that's by winning. If Tim Tebow's brutal. If Tim Tebow can't play at the NFL level, he's not going to make the team.
He won't be there, but it's just another thing of why.
And I guess for me, it's why not?
Because it's just one that if Tim Tebow wanted to get back in the NFL as a tight end, was this opportunity just never presented to him? Like, we know why. It's because of the relationship.
So let me ask you.
But I'm just trying to look at it from the rest of it, not just the Tim Tebow, Urban Meyer. It's kind of everyone else in that locker room going, well, this dude hasn't been there in 8 years. This isn't an Antonio Brown situation. This isn't Aldon Smith. We all understand production equals second, third, fourth, fifth, eighth chances. There's zero production there.
I got it.
And so it's all buddy, and we all understand that happens in business. We all got that. We've all been in a situation like that before, but especially in the locker room that you've never been in a game situation, that you've never been in the trenches with these guys yet, and all they've seen is you hire a former strength and conditioning coach that is not there anymore.
Who was your guy who you said was
and then a dude who's been playing minor league baseball, last played 8 years, is now on the roster.
Yeah, and so now how are you going to treat him when you get him in? So none of them have been around him until this minicamp, and all that's fair. On the why, why didn't he play tight end earlier? Why now? Because earlier he wanted to be a quarterback. Okay, and now I'll take a shot at being a tight end. Somebody's going to give me a chance. Oh, it happens to be Coach Meyer, my former coach. Everything you said is right. Now, how's he going to treat the rest of his team when they're in camp? And how's he going to? Is he going to go to dinner with Tebow? Him and Tim is Timmy going to ride in his golf cart to the locker room with Coach Meyer? Okay, then you got a problem. All that's right. Why is this guy here? Well, everybody's talking about your damn team. Everybody's talking about your team now. What's the old adage? No publicity is bad publicity. There's going to be a buzz around Jacksonville. He went to Florida. There's a lot of Florida alum in Jacksonville.
Buzz should be about the person that's going to determine the fate of that franchise.
Trevor Lawrence. And I agree with you. But you're in Florida. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of Florida alum in Jacksonville. And so there's a buzz. I keep going back to if he's not good enough, he's not going to make this team. He's not going to be there.
It's such a thing that you just don't need. I don't see how this builds up his respect, his cred with the rest of that locker, especially if Tebow flames out.
Yeah, to me, I'm giving my guys a chance, and you're going to. I do this for you, and I'm doing it for him. If this was a bad guy, if this was a guy that came in with a lot of baggage. Okay, now, this guy comes in with a lot of notoriety, a lot of noise, but it's not baggage, right? If this was Antonio Smith, if this was, Antonio Brown, or some of the guys the Cowboys signed, go down the list. Then you start to go, why is he doing this? This is a guy that, by every account, is a good guy. Even the people who don't like Tim Tebow, he's a pretty good guy, though, right? Right, he feels like he does.
There's nothing wrong with Tim Tebow, the person.
Yeah, no. And you're going to know in day one whether or not this guy, whether it's just an absolute joke or whether this guy might be able to play tight end. I don't think he can, but what the hell do I know? Right?
I think you know a little bit.
Well, but I haven't seen Tim Tebow play football in a decade, nor is Urban Meyer, I'm going to guess. Maybe there was a private workout that he saw. And, all right, he's coachable. His football IQ, I'm going to guess his football IQ is probably in the top 4% in that locker room right now, right? So can a guy learn to play another position? Can a guy who's a good athlete learn to play another position? You can say, no, not at 34, and maybe you're right. Or maybe you got a guy who's, damn, look, he runs pretty good routes. He's got better hands than I thought. Huh. All right, we're going to keep him around for camp. Or he can't block. He can't catch. He's too slow. All right, thanks for coming. The clown show's over. I just, for me, I see your point on the locker room, and I would think Urban would try to play it the other way and say, guys, I will always have your back. Down the line, here's a guy who wants a shot. I would give you this shot in X number of years, and that's what I'm doing. He's a good guy, does things the right way, and I believe that there's talent there, and I would do it for you. But I see your point. I see where you're coming from, where guys are going, really, you're bringing in this guy? He was playing baseball. He couldn't hit a freaking curveball, so now you're going to ask him to try to block a defensive end? What are we doing? I think that's...
And I think the way that you described it is how Urban has to handle it. And to say, if you're on my squad, I got your back. Because ultimately, if you want Tim Tebow there, you can bring him in as an advisor. You can bring him in as a coach.
And that's probably what it's going to end up ultimately being.
But I think it's going to be hard to make that transition, because I do not think he's going to be successful. He's never caught a pass in the NFL, never caught a pass in college. You can be in ridiculous shape and a good athlete and not block a linebacker or defensive end that's running downhill at you.
Let me ask you this. Ralph just said it's taking the visibility off of Trevor Lawrence. Does this maybe take some of the pressure off of Trevor Lawrence? Everybody's not looking at him. Maybe your quarterback, you're putting a lot of the spotlight, this pressure. Is he deflecting some of it off of Trevor Lawrence and letting that young man go do his thing because everybody's looking at Tebow?
That would mean he'd have to make the roster for this to matter in October.
Well, at least for now.
What you can do is take the pressure off yourself and get in shape. F45 functional training, 45 minutes. You're going to get a high-intensity workout that's fast, fun, and results-driven. With F45, the workouts change every single day, so it's going to keep your mind and body pushing forward. And what's awesome about it is you go in, everything is already set up, the class is ready to go, you hit the circuit, you're in, and then you're out, and then you realize, man, I did that much work in 45 minutes. I feel that good, just 45 minutes. Absolutely. F45 functional training. Check them out at f45training.com. Download the F45 app, and you're going to realize it is a great decision to get back on track. Classes are available 7 days a week. You can download the app and sign up for your 7-day free trial. Also, take a look at the schedule of classes. Classes are available Saturday and Sunday morning, so those are great ones to get in there if you might have missed something throughout your busy week. When at F45 training, you have certified personal trainers there at every class to help motivate and modify, if needed, some of the exercises so you can guarantee a fantastic workout. And just focus on getting in the best results in that 45-minute period. For me, this past weekend, stiff-legged deadlift, my knees were flaring in a little bit. Trainer came over and said, hey, keep your knees focused. Keep them straight. Don't bend them in. Get those hammies engaged. Boom. Better workout. Better results, F45 training. So check them out at f45training.com. Download the F45 app today. Team training, life-changing. I'll see you at F45.
Kids, quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili, breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
A rogue virus, no jobs, sky-high tuition debt. Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines. But we refuse to just sit back and watch it pass us by. Instead, watch us fly ahead. Watch us overcome anything. Watch us rise. Watch us change our world. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot. It's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspet.com.
Looks like Lauren McKinley with the ball right there, just into the game. Banks one off the window.
Lovato spins. Lovato going to get all the way to the basket over Gilliford. It's the ball handler. Lovato's so good he only needs one shoe. Seiss just picked his pocket. Transition and one on a strong finish for Gabe Seiss.
Smack that one to center field. This one's going. It's going. And that is home run for Kiana King. For today, 2 games, 4 official at-bats. She has 4 home runs. King adding more to the board.
Back to Stanridge. Stanridge going to go strong. No, look underneath. Beautiful pass there to Ethan Chavez. Howard's free throw's no good. Offensive rebound for Ayers, and he beats the horn. Exodus Ayers steals the offensive board, and he beats the buzzer, and we got a 1-point game here. District on the line at Sandia. It's halftime here on ProView Network. Lovato trying to go all the way. Lovato, tough angle, it's going to count, and it's a chance at a 3-point play for Lovato. Steal by Wade. Wade will slam it in transit.
Touch the ball for them. Big look.
Pacheco, the lob, slam dunk. The lob to Wade, it's a slam dunk and a timeout. Valley right away, and great job by Pacheco in finding Wade in the open court.
Ladies, how does it feel? Let's come in here a little bit. How does it feel to hit the 1,000-point mark here at Volcano Vista? Look at the camera. Look at the camera.
Yeah!
Say hi to everybody. You bet.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sports shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
Jaguars aren't a top team right now. It's okay that they make these decisions. Fact is, Tim Tebow's a good leader. You know, you're not going to see the Chiefs make this call. I guess they could too, but probably not. Bruce says, disagree with JJ. Jeff, everyone knew from day one what they're getting when they hired Urban Decay, a coach who takes care of his boys. So this shouldn't surprise anyone.
I'm not surprised by it. I don't think it's going to work long term in the NFL. I'm not saying Tim Tebow is not someone you want around your roster, but guess what? He can be an advisor. Because it's going to be hard for those dudes, if they see him out there, and they're like, man, this guy is really bad at this tight end thing.
But they're not.
And then Urban just going to be like, oh, and by the way, he's going to stick around and coach all y'all.
Yeah. All right, Lance. Good morning. You're on the Quan's Auto Care Hotline. Hello, Lance.
The Nerf hoop looked really bad back there. I mean, it's so sloppy, JJ. Pick it up, man. You know, and but anyway, Tebow is going to be a part of that program somehow. That's the only reason, you know, Urban's doing this. I mean, you got to remember, he beat the Steelers in the playoffs. They went on a winning streak to get there, even with him at QB. Because the team was motivated. He gets the team motivated, whether he's on the card team. I don't see the tight end thing working out, of course. But maybe it's his step into coaching. You know, he's a very motivational person, somehow gets the team fired up. And, you know, they win. He's a winner no matter what. So, anyway, I'm looking forward to see what happens.
All right,
okay.
man. Be well.
All right.
Thanks, Lance. Is there something to he's a winner? Is there something to there's a motivational piece to him. He's a winner. He's a positive force in the locker room. Even have you ever heard a teammate say at the pro level, certainly not the college level, but at the pro level, like I didn't like the guy? Can he just be a positive presence in the locker room? And I get your point is bring him in as on staff or something. What if he could still play a second? What if he's got a couple of 3 games of tight end left in him? Which, by the way, God bless him.
And this is what's wild about it, because so many people are going to be like, yeah, kind of whatever. Players in that league, former players, are the ones that are like, this doesn't make any sense.
Well, it's a respect thing, right? And if he can't play, they're going to know day one when he gets on that field if he doesn't belong. And then that's when the eyes turn to Urban and say, look, what are you doing? Now, if the guy goes out there and holds his own, he doesn't have to be the best tight end in camp. If he can, if he looks like he can play, then earns his way into camp and can get better at that position and earn a spot. That's one story. If he goes out there and is just lost, he can't play tight end, he can't catch a football, can't run a route, can't block, then everybody's going to be looking at that coach going, what are we doing here, man? Like, is this a clown show, or are we trying to win football games? This is professional football. This isn't college football anymore. I think this thing sorts itself out. I do, whether or not the man can play. And I know everybody's telling me flat out he can't play, and you might be right. And to me, if that's the case, it sorts itself out day 1, day 2,
which is fair. But I still look at it, and it's just an unnecessary speed bump that Urban Meyer put in the way.
You're not talking about Trevor Lawrence, are you? All the pressure's off Trevor Lawrence for a week.
And that's not a good thing. That's the face of the franchise, not a third-string quarterback that can't play.
No, he's a tight end.
Bad.
He's not a quarterback anymore. He's a tight end.
It's bad for the Jaguars.
He's a tight end.
This is not that good. Ultimately, if we care more about Tim Tebow, who's never going to play for them, then...
Assuming that's right. All right, when we come back, Lisa Villarreal is going to be with us. She is a state champion again. Volcano Vista girls coach. It's the best ending to a state championship game that I've seen in my quarter century here. It's the opening, a quarter century, Bob. Holy smokes. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
Next in line.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Extreme Clean is a proud sponsor and supporter of ProView Networks and all high school sports athletics. Owner Mike McLean and Extreme Clean specialize in carpet cleaning for apartment, realty, business, and residential clients. With over 20 years experience, attention to detail and quality customer service matters. For more information, give them a call, 505-221-6440, Extreme Clean.
Drive, Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck. Mike, Josh produces for you today over on the ProView Network side, where you can watch the show worldwide on ProViewNetworks.com or statewide at Comcast Channel 26.
Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show.
Good morning and welcome to Sports Desk live on Comcast Channel 26.
Welcome to The Point with Nick Rich.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 10, America Talking Out.
I'm Pastor Flora Padilla of Mending Broken Hearts.
Welcome to Henry T. Game Face Live, Comcast 26, and Big Bad ProView Network.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Welcome to Local Focus with Sebastian Noel.
Welcome, sports fans. It's that time of the week again. You are watching the Weekly Rundown.
Hey, welcome to Red Menace TV here on ProView Network.
Hello, I'm Steve Davis. You are watching Public Access TV.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspet.com.
Datacom is the manufacturer's representative for the states of Arizona and New Mexico. Datacom represents Fuji Electric for uninterruptible power systems and Layer Zero for static switches and power distribution units. High-Tech Power Protection manufactures dynamic rotary UPS systems up to 3.6 megawatts, individual and 100 megawatts by combining multiple units. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to datacom.com to learn more. Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. There at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Here at Legacy, we are here to disciple people by helping them connect with God, grow in relationships, and live generously.
Where TSN, ESPN. The head coach over at Volcano Vista is Lisa Villarreal, who is a champion again. Good morning, Lisa. Congratulations on another state championship. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me on.
Now, we appreciate you taking the time, and I know that you and Talia have been stars, and everybody's talking about it. Is it fair to say, I'm always afraid to live in the moment and say it's the best ever. I've never seen anything better than that. With the stakes, with everything that was on the line, to win a state championship like that, it's the best I've ever seen. I don't know about you.
You know, I can't think of any other one that matches this, you know, to be a part of it. This is our fourth state title in the program, and the way this one ended just makes it that much more special. You know what I mean? Not that it takes away from any of the other ones, but the ending to this was the culmination of all state championships.
No, I get it. I still love all my kids, but the one who became president is my favorite. But not really my favorite, but I get it. Hey, it wasn't that simple, was it? Maybe somebody got lost in the moment. Not everybody knew exactly what was going on in that last play, huh?
Well, you know, we saw them back off, and we practice what we call 5-second layups every day, and the key is to get the ball into Chavez or Bates' hands. And the minute we saw them back off, we knew we had a chance to get a shot off. Obviously, we didn't have the 5 seconds on the clock, so we knew we would have to launch it from, beyond the arc probably.
And Lisa, you look at Bates, Chavez, they're juniors, but they've already had a ton of experience in your program. What was it like, not just for them, but your team to handle that moment, not just the very end, but the battle in regulation, being right there in overtime, just the overall composure of your squad?
The squad knows that the ball is going to be in Jalen or Natalia's hands, and they accept that. They accept their roles. And they do all the other dirty work. They do the hustle plays. They do the boxing out. They do the stopping their transition as best they can. We have a floor leader out there. I'm not sure if anyone knows how valuable Kennedy Brown is to this program. She's the glue that holds it all together. And her composure out there and her willingness to win and her heart that she plays with just kind of gets all the girls grounded, and she pulls them in, she settles them down, and that's a big key component to our program. And I don't know if a lot of people realize how big of a role she plays.
Well, they're absolutely finding out. Now we're talking with Lisa Villarreal, head coach, Volcano Vista Hawks, 5'8" girls state champs. And Lisa, this past year has been difficult for everyone, but it also showed a lot about your team. And I was talking to you prior to the first playoff game you had. You mentioned that when they showed back up and you finally got to full practice, kind of coming out of the pods, you noticed that these girls took the time away seriously, and that to you
work. We were meeting virtually every class period that I have them in, our basketball class, and it was just a constant reminder from me to them, and you guys got to continue to put in work. You don't know if we're going to have a season, but we have to be ready, and they did. Natalia and Jalen, they put in a lot of work. Kennedy works nonstop herself, and McGuire and the other girls put up shots, and they kept their conditioning up. So when I got them, they weren't so out of shape, which really pleased me because they really took into account what could happen, not necessarily what could not happen. So that was just, it was big for us.
Lisa, we're watching it on the simulcast on ProView Networks. We just saw Natalia's shot again, and 9 other teams won state championships, but everybody's talking about yours because of the way you won it. In this year, this unbelievably crazy, pick your word year, where you didn't know that you were going to play, to win like that, what does it do for Volcano Vista? You hear college programs say all the time, something like that, it goes viral, we get applications, and it's different for a high school, but I'm going to assume you've heard from people that you know and you don't know from all over the country. What's it been like as far as your phone blowing up, and I know Natalia's has as well, with that shot, the way you won? You could have won by 12 points, you could have won a lot of other ways, but to win like that on that shot.
It's every kid's dream. These girls in practicing, you've heard that before.
We all did.
And there are random times that I throw the ball out there to them, during a water break, and how funny the number that I start with is 3, 2, 1. They got to make something happen.
Right.
So it just kind of is in the back burner all the time, and the girls practice it. Having it be this COVID year, it was something that almost was taken from us. And for the girls to really go out there and play their hearts out and put Volcano Vista on the map, I mean, this is the shot and the name that has been heard worldwide.
Yeah. In your mind, were you thinking, all right, what are we going to do in the next overtime? Like, you had to be thinking, we're going. I know coaches' minds, you're always thinking a step or 2 or 3 ahead. I mean, they break the huddle, they go out there. Where was your mind?
Absolutely. We all thought we were going to overtime. It was just, in the moment, I knew we just had to end the first overtime. And when we saw Natalia get the lane wide open for her to, to get through and put up a shot with a slight screen, if you see it early on in the play, you see Savannah McGuire just give her a little bit of space. And that was, that was huge. It's about the little things. And that was a big thing that happened that, we always say it's the little things. Well, that happened to be a big thing.
Yeah, no
and
doubt.
It just assisted in Natalia getting the shot off.
Just a few more minutes. Lisa Villarreal, the head girls basketball coach at Volcano Vista, is with us.
Lisa, another thing that stands out about just the team atmosphere, your team wore purple T-shirts that honored Hall of Fame coach Mike Brown, which, of course, is Kennedy Brown's grandfather, and, of course, the Brown family. Greg coaching the boys at Volcano Vista. What does it just say that your team rallied around Kennedy that moment and came together just to honor the Brown family?
This team has really become a great sisterhood. Their family, it's something that they're going to take with them the rest of their lives. And when they can put aside their own meaning to basketball, their own, self-image in basketball, and play for something much bigger than themselves, it just puts it all into perspective, the character of this team.
And for people who don't know, Coach Brown, the longtime coach at Academy, who is legendary and has done so many great things, and I know you know him. Put it in perspective for those who don't know about him and what those shirts meant. And obviously, he's dealing with health issues right now, and 2 of his sons have become really good coaches around this city. But what he meant to you into basketball, and just kind of perspective on why you wore those shirts.
Papa Brown has been a part of these girls growing up all their lives. He's a coaching legend in the state, and, he just means a lot to the basketball community. And for him to be a special part of ours makes it that much more special for Kennedy, the Brown family. I know Greg was just so happy after the game. He was a little emotional. I hadn't really broke down during any part of the celebration until, Greg came and gave me a hug and thanked me for this state championship, I still get a little choked up. And it just is awesome that the girls could do this for the Brown family.
Yeah, what that family has meant to high school basketball. I mean, I've been in this market for 25 years, and I remember Coach Brown at Academy winning championships and doing everything he did there. And when I was coaching AAU, Danny used to open up the gym for us and find us practice time and help us. That family for generations now. I mean, not just a couple, but generations of young basketball players who have come through this state have been benefited greatly by that family. And I think it's tremendous that your girls rallied around one of their teammates while her grandfather is going through some things, and to honor that family. And I think to end it the way you did couldn't be more symbolic and more perfect.
Yes, I'm so happy for them. I'm happy for the Browns. I'm happy for the Chavez, the Bates, all of the girls' families. I know they've been putting a lot of work into their girls, taking them to AAU tournaments, playing summer ball, spring ball, whatever it took, taking them to their personal trainers, and the Brown family. I know that they have touched many lives. Look at all the coaches out in the community here in the metro area that have either been coached by Coach Mike Brown or been assistant coaches under him or Greg. I mean, it's just a basketball name out here that will never be forgotten.
Lisa, I know you're super excited as well for the players that get to come back, and it's most of your roster. You look at TT Hill's sophomore season, what she can do, etc. But for Natalia Chavez, sitting on what we know right now, already 3 Division I offers, what is next? Now, how can she continue to get better as a player in her senior year?
She's going to continue to work. The thing about it is this girl is a gym rat. She has a goal outside, and, I see on social media she's still putting in work on the old school, dirt, basketball in the dirt on your put-up basketball goal, These girls now are in another mission. The only thing, yes, Volcano Vista has 4 state title games. The only thing, and they are well aware of this, is we don't have a back-to-back. So they made it their mission to continue to work and hopefully have the opportunity to play in another one.
Lisa, appreciate the time. Really, really enjoyed the conversation. Congratulations to you and all the success that you continue to have out there. Best of luck. Enjoy the summer. Be well, and we'll catch up soon.
You as well. Thank you for having me on.
Lisa Villarreal, and another championship out of Volcano Vista for a terrific coach with a terrific program, and what a story.
Here at The Sports Animal, we can't help but notice more people are getting their COVID vaccine.
Give it a shot. Come on.
And we know as soon as we reach herd immunity, we'll start.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspets.com.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
A rogue virus, no jobs, sky-high tuition debt. Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines. But we refuse to just sit back and watch it pass us by. Instead, watch us fly ahead. Watch us overcome anything. Watch us rise. Watch us change our world. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot. It's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspet.com.
All right, so that was good too. The Brown story. For those of you who don't remember, the legendary Mike Brown at Academy, and Danny Brown and Greg Brown, his sons, were coaching, and now Kennedy Brown, who's playing the granddaughter, and Coach Brown has been dealing with some health issues, and Dan, actually, who calls our show, is actually the one who told me about it, and they came to the support, and you saw the emotion after the game, and it's just to win on a shot like that it's amazing, all the stories that are around it. And JJ, there's a lot of ways to win state championship. Heck, 9 other teams won, right? And yeah, we're talking about Cleveland, and we're talking about Del Norte and those things, but this is the one that we're going to be talking about for a long.
That's the one we're going to remember forever.
No doubt.
It is. And it's because game-winning shots are amazing. And especially a half-court heave to win a state title is fantastic. And it just happened to be from the best player on the team as well. So it just even adds to it for Chavez, who gets to run it back as a senior next year. And it almost, watching that video, it almost looks like another iconic moment. And I don't know if it was on the same end of the floor or not, but I think of Jimmy V.
It was at the same end of the floor. Yeah.
It's almost like you're running around. Can I hug someone? Is there someone to hug? What do we do at the end of that moment, that game on Saturday?
Yeah, same end of the building, same end of the floor, and same type of thing. To win a championship, and this one was a half court shot to win it. Like, you see those games or you see shots like that periodically, but what that meant, and now with technology today, the thing goes viral. It was big. All right, 505-246-0610. We're going to talk with Warren Schaefer coming up in a little bit. Lancer is the OD answer, says Bad Street. More motivational, Tebow or Lance? That's a good question. I'm not really sure. Dan says, if I was Micah John, Jeffrey Juan Jose and Bobcat, I'd put on Jaguar gear, take a road trip to Jacksonville. He wouldn't have to pay for a meal or a drink. Not to mention all the co-eds offering to show him around town. Didn't Trevor Lawrence just get married? By the time they realize he isn't who they think he is, he'll have had a lot of fun. Yeah, I saw Micah. I saw Micah at the ball game the other day. Saw Micah before I saw you, Bobcat, in person. So Bobcat doesn't have headphones.
He can do those things now. He's a man that's not bound by OD.
Yeah, we got to get this rectified. We got to get everybody on headphones so everybody can hear what the hell's going on around here, because this is crazy. Ralph said on Tim Tebow, he says probably some wildcat sets here and there, kind of like Taysom Hill. Not the craziest idea. If it works, Urban is a visionary. Yeah, okay, if it works, I don't think it's going to work either.
Urban Meyer is going to do exactly what Sean Payton just did with the Saints. He's such a visionary, and take Drew Brees off the field.
Yeah,
and moments. How many times were you like, "Oh, what are you doing?"
And how often did it work?
Yeah.
And he's going to do it with a guy who's not 20, whatever Taysom Hill was, but a 34-year-old guy who's been playing baseball and doing TV for a while. Look, I don't think the Tebow thing works. Okay, I don't have a problem with trying it. I don't have a problem with bringing this guy. And if it works and if he makes the team, is it absolutely impossible? The guy's a really good athlete. He knows football and he can become a tight end. Guys switch positions all the time. Now, not often from quarterback to tight end. Okay, I gotcha. Is it absolutely impossible that the guy's a good athlete, knows the game, and can go out and use his skill set and become a tight end?
I think we are underestimating how athletic tight ends are. Tim Tebow lifts weights. He's in good shape. He never played tight end.
No, but he was a pretty mobile, agile running quarterback, athletic quarterback.
He could run. He ain't fast.
Okay, how many tight ends are real fast?
A lot these days.
And how many aren't?
The new tight ends.
All right, I get it. How many aren't?
And
Jason Witten made a great career out of being not fast. Shannon Sharp made a great career out of being not
seen
fast.
In college or the NFL Tim Tebow catch a football.
No, that doesn't mean he can't, but you're right. I've never seen.
We all can catch a football. Can we catch one playing?
While I'm getting hit. Again.
And my thing is, I don't care if Tim Tebow's a good dude or not.
Yeah.
How does this resonate through the locker room? And to your point, if Urban plays this as like, hey, I'm going to have all your guys' back, giving him this opportunity,
I'd give it to you.
I'll give you this same opportunity. I'll have your back this year. I could see that, all right, playing out. He's trying to build the hoorah. Here we go. But don't sell me any of this nonsense that, oh, it's going to take pressure off Trevor Lawrence. Well, if he can't handle the pressure, don't pick him number one overall. This dude has been a number one pick for 3 years, and now in Jacksonville, he needs someone to take the attention off him.
I don't think that's what this is all about either. It might be a side effect of it, but I don't think that's the motivation behind this either. Bottom line is, Tebow, by every account, is a good leader. You're a team that's got, I would tell you, nothing to lose, and I understand you said, well, you got a lot to lose. You can lose the locker room. Yeah, no, I get that. And so you got to play this right, and you got to be careful with it. You're bringing a lot of attention to your team now. Is it good? Is it bad? And what if the guy can play? And what if the guy can play?
Then he would have gotten this opportunity before this moment. Yes. If he was willing at that end of the third year.
Okay. No, you're right. I got that. I got that 8 years ago.
Try me out at tight end.
Yeah.
If he was good enough, someone else would have given him the opportunity, but it wasn't until Urban Meyer finally, eventually, somehow, somebody got an NFL.
No, I get it. 8 years ago, he didn't want to do it. Damn it, I'm a quarterback when people are saying do it. All right, so if you were telling me then he might have been able to do it, so somehow he can't do it now because he's older, because he's been out. Like, if he could have done it then and you'd have been willing to accept it then, why are you not willing to accept it now?
Because this is all, and I guess, and it's not a bad thing. Like, you're giving him a chance. We've all had someone give ourselves a chance. I just look at it from an NFL perspective, and Urban Meyer has done nothing other than say, hey, look, I won a bunch of games in college.
That's fair.
To build the respect in the NFL, to be out there giving Tim Tebow
another run
chances. I get he's not on the team yet, but it's still, what's the two things we've talked about Urban Meyer? One was a given they had nothing to do with, and it's you're drafting Trevor Lawrence number one overall. And it's the Iowa strength coach you flamed out, but you went to bat for him. You thought it was a good guy. And then it's Tim Tebow situation.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got only respect to that locker room, and he's got no NFL cred, and he's got a pretty big ego. I'll give you all of that is right. All of that is right. This could work, and it could not work, and there's got to be a bigger end play for him than just, well, I'm bringing in Tim Tebow. All right, we're going to talk baseball when we get back. Isotopes lose last night. The final was 7-3 to the Sugar Land Skeeters. Coming up next, their skipper is going to be with us. Warren Schaefer is their manager. Talk about the first few and what he sees and get this thing going. What was the other thing I want to add? Oh, about the 6-game series. That's right. We'll talk to him about those as well. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
Looks like Lauren McKinley with the ball right there, just into the game. Banks one off the window.
Lovato spins. Lovato going to get all the way to the basket over Gilliford. It's the ball handler. Lovato's so good he only needs one shoe. Seiss just picked his pocket. Transition and one on a strong finish for Gabe Seiss.
He will smack that one to center field. This one's going. It's going. And that is home run for Kiana King. For today, 2 games, 4 official at-bats. She has 4 home runs. King adding more to the board.
Back to Stanridge. Stanridge going to go strong. No, look, underneath. Beautiful pass there to Ethan Chavez. Mauer's free throw's no good. Offensive rebound for Ayers, and he beats the horn. Exodus Ayers steals the offensive board, and he beats the buzzer, and we got a 1-point game here. District on the line at Sandia. It's halftime here on ProView Network. Lovato trying to go all the way. Lovato, tough angle, it's going to count, and it's a chance at a 3-point play for Lovato. Steal by Wade. Wade will slam it in transit.
Touch the ball for them, and big look.
Pacheco, the lob, slam dunk. The lob to Wade, it's a slam dunk and a timeout. Valley right away, and great job by Pacheco in finding Wade in the open court.
Ladies, how does it feel? Let's come in here a little bit. How does it?
First series of the season tonight here on the Sports Animal. The Sugarland Skeeters are in town. Tope's not off to a great start. Have dropped 4 of the first 5 against the Skeeters. 7-3 was the number last night. Albuquerque struggling at the plate. A 185 batting average is the second lowest in all of AAA baseball right now. Their ERA of, what is it, JJ, tell me, 9 is, well, not. It's at the bottom of that ranking. Time to turn it around, certainly. You're just 5 games into the season. Warren Schaefer is the skipper of the Isotopes. It's the opening drive. Jeff Siembieda and JJ Buck. Warren, thanks for getting up early this morning, and appreciate it. How you doing? Good morning.
I'm doing good. Good morning, guys. Thanks for having me.
And I know it's early. We were just telling Bobcat, baseball dudes don't get up early, man. Unless there's a day game, it's about what's normal wake-up time? About 10, 10:30? What's normal?
Yeah, I'd say about 9:30, 10. You're about right on point.
Yeah, well, appreciate a few extra. And you're probably horizontal laying there, and I appreciate it. You won't be the first guy. Remember when D. Gordon came on our show? How bad?
I do remember.
It was a dude who just didn't want to be here. Hey, rough start. No, honestly, man, of all the dudes, I've done this show 12 and a half years. Of all the dudes who just didn't want to be here, it was D. Gordon. Just why'd you wake me up? Hey, obviously a rough start. And from your perspective, I mean, you're not hitting, you're not pitching. It's easy to sit here and say that. What's your perspective look like?
My perspective is these guys they haven't played baseball in a long time, man, and we're just getting back in the swing of things. This is not something that you guys should expect for the whole season. That's for sure. I mean, these guys are good players. We're running into a really good team to start the year off. Sometimes that happens. but these guys are going to be okay.
It's clutch hits. It's big situations. I think if you were hit into 9 double plays in the first
we have
5 games, which is just situational. How do you attribute that? Is it luck? Are you hitting? There's holes out there. When you look at situations and we're racing our base runners. How do you look at it?
Yeah, I just honestly, a couple of those came in really big situations. Like I remember the first night we had bases loaded and our 3-hole hitter up, and he smoked the ball right at the third baseman. I mean, he just gets that a little elevated, and it might be a grand slam. Last night we had the right guy up, Greg Bird, our 3-hole hitter last night, and right guy, right time. He just hit into a double play. I mean, sometimes that happens. He's had a great approach for the first 5 nights. I guess a little bit of luck and maybe a little bit of pressing early in the season. When things don't go right early in the season, sometimes there's an ability to press. Sure. But guys will be all right. There has been an abnormally amount of double play balls. I'll give you that for sure.
I still have skipper Warren Schaefer's with us on the opening drive.
Warren, what's it been like to finally fill out a lineup card, be in a dugout, and managing a baseball game?
It feels unbelievable. I mean, it just the fans in the stands and game time and music playing, the home plate meeting, the real umpires. It's just back to normal, man. And in the first couple nights, little butterflies running around, but it's good now. And it's just so nice to be back out there, and the players feel the same.
And you mentioned Greg Bird. He's someone that has Major League Baseball experience. He's on that line trying to battle for a roster spot up in the big leagues once again. What's that dynamic like in AAA when you have guys, some of them, maybe look at Valade, and he's a top prospect in the organization, getting his first taste of it, but then working with a Greg Bird for you and then the players in the locker room?
Yeah, well, it's my first time here in AAA as a coach. I played here, but it's a very unique environment. It's different than anywhere else, even AA, which is just one step away down. If you've got good veterans, it seems like then the place works really well. Like Bird and Motter and Briseño. Our veterans are really good guys that like to bring the young guys along. Like Valade. I mean, it's a healthy mix. It's good for Valade to be around the old guys and see how they operate and how their routines have developed over time, and how they play the game. I mean, how they slow the game down. It's very obvious when you see Motter and Bird hit that they slow the game down. And Valade and some of the younger guys, they need to develop that, and it's a perfect place to do that. I mean, it's a good mix.
Warren, we've heard for years around here, pitching, it's tough to pitch at altitude. And bottom line is your big club pitches at altitude. We're a little higher than them, but it's the same concept. How much of that is in your head? How much of it is real? And how do you work these young pitchers through this whole, you can't pitch at altitude. You're going to get beat up, and you're off to a 1-4 start and giving up some big numbers. How do you work these young guys through that?
Yeah, I mean, it is a real thing. It's definitely a real thing. It's been proved to be a real thing. But, for me, and this is my first time in altitude, and for me, it's just mentality. I mean, you can't, you have to attack the zone. You cannot walk people. You just can't. You can't give free base runners where home runs are so easily hit and long doubles off the wall are easily hit. Because of the air, because I've seen some balls here. We all have this time, this homestand, where the ball has been up in the air a very long time, longer than normal, and it just carries. It looks like it just floats. So, you have to attack the zone. You have to challenge. It's no different. It's just developing your mentality more than anything, in my opinion.
Well, the other guys are pitching at altitude too. Skeeterland's guys,
right.
They're pitching at altitude.
Everybody's pitching there, yeah.
Yeah, it's not like it's different. Hey, what do you think of these 6-game series? It's your first one, and we got an email this morning. A team gets hot, and you can get buried, and you're going to see the opening day starters go again today. It's so rare in a series that you see the same starting pitcher twice in one series, but that's just the way it's going to be. I mean, I don't foresee this as being a long-term thing. I hope not in the minor leagues, but as you're dealing with it for the first time, I mean, I'm guessing you'd probably like to see somebody else at this point.
You know what? My opinion on it is it's not that bad. I mean, you're getting settled in for 6 days. When we go on the road here to El Paso, we'll be there for 6 days. And it's really hard to bounce around physically for the guys and mentally to go from one place to another so quickly, especially on plane flights. But seeing the starter twice is definitely, something that's unique. And I think that the biggest negative is going to be, you see a team for 6 days straight, things are going to get a little chippy.
No doubt.
I mean, it's inevitable. And this series has been fine, but it's going to happen. I think you're going to see more fights this year than you've ever seen, just because of that. And that's not a good thing.
Do you see stuff heating up? I mean, just and I'm going to guess in 5 days, you probably, guys talk. It feels like this series has been relatively clean, but do you feel it already in one series?
You know what? This series, we really don't. I don't feel it this series just because, nobody's played baseball for a very long time. I think that, once we get settled in here, and I think that's definitely going to happen. Teams just get sick of seeing each other. That's all. I mean, that's just the way of the game.
Warren, now we have the opportunity to talk with you more on a regular basis. It's the chance to kind of run down the roster a bit. And I'll go back to Ryan Vilade, 22 years old. He signed right out of high school as a second-round draft pick in 2017. What do you see out of him right now, and just kind of the scouting report overall of what he can be as a player?
Yeah, V, he's an aggressive player. He's a hard-nosed player, and this is the first time I've really seen him because I didn't have him in Double-A. He played high A ball, and he skipped Double-A. But he's a good hitter. He's got a good approach, an advanced approach for a young age. His big deal right now is he's working. I mean, it's his first time really being out in the outfield for an extended period of time. So he's working on his reads. He's working on his defense out there. And that's going to get nothing but better. But he's a solid player, very good player, and he gets after it every day.
And with that, when you look at the transition defensively, and that's what we see. You want a chance to make a roster, you're going to have to be flexible. What is the biggest difference for a player, moving out to the outfield? You talk about the reach, just seeing things come off the bat. What are the challenges?
Yeah, it's all reads. And how to throw. I mean, he's coming from the infield, so it's how to throw differently from out there. You got to change your arm angle to get behind the ball more. He's really being thrown right in the fire here with this altitude, playing the outfield because the ball stays up on line drives. We saw it one night earlier, a couple nights ago. Line drive got over his head, and he took a rough route in the gap. But I think the altitude had something to do with that because the ball hung up there, man. And I've heard through the grapevine that happens a lot here. So it's good for him to learn here to do it. It really is, because he's going to play in Denver, man. So he's got to get it right, and he will.
Yeah, no, it's going to be the same way in Denver. And I think that's why, here is so good for the Rockies, because it's the same conditions, and there is adjusting, and it is. All right, lastly, you're 5 games in. And with all the anticipation and all the weight and everything that the last 15 months have been, what's the biggest surprise playing 5 games? What's the biggest surprise for you coming out of the series?
Biggest surprise in terms of what?
Just whether it's a player, whether it's a feel, whether it's an emotion, just for you, something you didn't anticipate.
Yeah, biggest surprise probably was the Butterflies the first couple nights. I thought we would maybe just step right back in and just go for it. But, it feels different, man. When you haven't done it for 2 years, you feel like, you think you're a real pro, but then you go back in, you realize, man, this is a difficult job, man. But it's good to be back out there.
Different at AAA, or is it's still baseball?
That's still baseball.
Yeah. Still getting up at 10:30 until these idiots want to put you on the radio, and then we got to get up at 9:30. No,
hey man, that ain't no problem to me.
Next week, I think it's like a day game. See, the whole concept was a lot of these Tuesdays are going to be day games. So this will force you, because you got to get to the ballpark for a 12:30 start or whatever it's going to be. See,
yeah, you guys on the air on Monday?
Yeah, we're here. Unless you're giving us Mondays off. Yeah, Monday.
All right.
Except for Memorial Day.
Anytime you need me, I'll be here.
Yeah, no, we appreciate it. Hey, good luck as you get through this thing. You get a day off tomorrow, and then head down to El Paso. Go get Sugarland today. The games are here on the Sports Animal. Always appreciate the conversation. We'll catch up with you soon.
Thanks, guys. Talk to you later.
Warren Schaefer. He's the Isotopes manager, and probably laying in bed. Maybe he sat up for it. Don't you think?
It feels like someone that might be up and actually be one cup of coffee in.
Yeah, he might be. He might be. Bob, can you hear me at all? All right, because now without the headphones. D. Gordon was a pretty good player in the big leagues, but he came up with was he down with the
Legend
Isotopes? He was down with the Isotopes, right? Because he had been up, but he was down on rehab, right?
I don't remember if it was a rehab or what, but all I know is he is an OD legend.
Really good player in the big leagues. And did one of these morning 9:30s and just didn't want to be up and made it very clear. Of all in 12 and a half years, one guy who just really did, we just said, all right, man, go back to bed.
Kind of gave the
one-word
yes, no answer.
Just like it made it very clear that we were doing him a disservice.
Giving him publicity.
He was tired, man. It was a long night, I imagine. All right, we got it's the truth. We'll wrap it up, but we got time for your phone calls at 505-246-0610. We've had a lot of content for you today. I want your thoughts on what you heard. It's the opening drive. Bob producing on the radio side. Aaron on the TV side on ProView Networks. We're on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This is Boomer Esiason with the CBS Sports Minute. Ben Drive will be laid to rest today in Denver. The 96-year-old Coloradan was the oldest living NFL official. He officiated for 31 seasons.
And hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
Next in line.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Extreme Clean is a proud sponsor and supporter of ProView Networks and all high school sports athletics. Owner Mike McLean and Extreme Clean specialize in carpet cleaning for apartment, realty, business, and residential clients. With over 20 years experience, attention to detail and quality customer service matters. For more information, give them a call, 505-221-6440, Extreme Clean.
Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck. Mike, Josh produces for you today over on the ProView Network side, where you can watch the show worldwide on ProViewNetworks.com or statewide at Comcast Channel 26.
Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show.
Good morning. Welcome to Sports Desk live on Comcast Channel 26.
Welcome to The Point with Nick Rich.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 10, America Talking Out.
I'm Pastor Flora Padilla of Mending Broken Hearts.
Welcome to Henry T. Game Face Live, Comcast 26, and Big Bad ProView Network.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Welcome to Local Focus with Sebastian Noel.
Welcome, sports fans. It's that time of the week again. You are watching the Weekly Rundown.
Hey, welcome to Red Menace TV here on ProView Network.
Hello, I'm Steve Davis. You are watching Public Access TV.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspets.com.
Datacom is the manufacturer's representative for the states of Arizona and New Mexico. Datacom represents Fuji Electric for uninterruptible power systems and Layer 0 for static switches and power distribution units. High-Tech Power Protection manufactures dynamic rotary UPS systems up to 3.6 megawatts, individual and 100 megawatts by combining multiple units. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to datacom.com to learn more.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. There at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Here at Legacy, we are here to disciple people by helping them connect with God, grow in relationships, and live generously.
What, I got to take my mask off to do this? Is that what you're telling me? Why are you smiling at me like that? I mean, you think that's cutting it close? Wait till I start getting in here at like...
Oh, you just wait.
6:59. You just wait. Just that's how that's going to play.
I thought that was going to happen today.
No, I even beat JJ in today. Don't get used to it. It's the opening drive, Jeff Siembieda and JJ Buck. All right, good guest list today. Bob wants to talk about next time, and maybe next time Warren's on, the construction of the baseball.
Yep.
JJ, there was talk about, I just wish they'd make a baseball. Figure out how to make a baseball the same way every year. I guess you can't do that, huh? The Rawlings factory can't make it the same way. Like there's variations in the core of the ball and the way it's wound. I mean, like you would figure with everything being automated and machine made now, they'd make a baseball and it'd be consistent year in and year out. That you wouldn't have to worry about this year's baseball as last year's baseball about how it's wound.
I thought it was the league that made the change, not the factory.
Well, but the factory's making the baseball, right?
Well, according to what the league specifies.
But over the years, wasn't it Rawlings who was kind of somehow...
Well, my thing, would they change it without telling baseball? And
would they? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, and then, because you golf a lot, Jeff. What happens? Golf balls, technology. They're working on it. They're changing it. Same thing with the baseball. But it would feel like at some point in time, you'd say, hey, this is what we want from our baseball this year, and make everyone like this ball and send them out.
But do you want your ball changing every year in that game?
I don't think you want it changing every year because it has a drastic impact on how the game is played.
That's right. And I think the same way in golf. There's different balls, right? You can hit a golf ball, and even an amateur can tell the difference between a distance, a little hard pinnacle that's built for distance, and a softer ball that controls spin. But at some point, I got to stop kicking this thing. There's got to be a cap on the technology, right, in golf, because Bryson DeChambeau is going to hit the ball 500 yards at some point. At the same point, I don't know that in a game that feels like it's supposed to be so consistent as in baseball, does the ball, I mean, what technology is making the ball better? And if it's making it better, it's making it worse. Meaning if it's making it better for the hitter, it's making it worse for the pitcher. If it's making it better for the pitcher, it's making it worse for the hitter, right? In golf, there's nobody playing defense. So everybody's, technology of a golf ball changes, all right, everybody benefits in the same way. Where in baseball, if someone benefits, someone's losing. I don't know that I need my baseball being changed every single year in a game that's so reliant on stats and numbers and consistency.
That's the word. You want consistency.
That's all.
Yeah.
That's all.
Say, hey, this is the specs for said baseball. Put it in the machine, pump a bunch out, and we'll send them where they need to go.
Yeah, and boy, we go through a lot because every time one ball hits the dirt, we kind of throw it out of a game anyway. So my biggest pet peeve about baseball now. I just can't even, and we asked Warren Schaefer that last time. I just, of every pet peeve people have, I don't, the length of games don't bother me. Guys scratch themselves, spitting, none of that bothers me. It's every time a ball hits the ground.
And it's just on a pitch.
On a pitch.
Right?
Well, I don't know. Is there a ground ball to short? Do they play
a new ball every time? Because if
a ground ball to short,
double plays, the ice-ups are grounding into, are they throwing that ball back to the pitcher?
And then the first baseman throws it back to the pitcher, right?
Yeah.
So that
why is it just on?
That even amplifies my point, doesn't it? This ball has been hit, beaten, skidded across the ground, and we're playing with that. This ball happened to hit the dirt.
Bat, grass, ball, glove, hand, and it's back to the pitcher.
Could even have COVID on it, for crying out loud, because it touched 2 different hands, 3 different hands on a double play.
When did that policy become effective?
You know, I've asked a bunch of people,
wasn't it?
What, the ball hits the ground, you throw it out? Well, no, it's a relatively recent trend. Like if you watch a game now, pitcher throws ball in the dirt, they automatically throw it out. Catcher drops the ball, they automatically toss the ball, get a new ball. But to your point, JJ, you're right. I think ground ball to third, he flips to second for 1, back to first, double play. And then they keep that ball in play. That ball's just been beaten into the ground and thrown and tossed. And it's of all of, I don't care how you make the baseball anymore.
It is a conspiracy to make these companies more money on making baseballs.
Dave says, why can't pitchers choose their own baseballs and keep them in their own bag of balls the way quarterbacks can choose their own footballs and golfers can choose their own golf balls? LOL. I think you understand that. John, good morning. You're on the Quan's Auto Care Hotline. Hello, John. Let me do that again. Hello, John. What's up?
Are you there?
Yeah, what's up?
Hello?
Yep, hello. You're on the air.
Oh, yeah, I'm here. In 1977, my dad took me to Dodger Stadium for my senior gift that he gave me. And one Friday night, Don Sutton was pitching for the Dodgers against the Atlanta Braves. And they made the last out, and they threw the ball back to the pitcher's mound, okay? Then the Braves pitcher picked up the same ball that was just in play.
Yeah.
And Dusty Baker hit a home run, and I got the home run ball.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, at Dodger Stadium, right by, at Dodger Stadium, the box seats curve around the foul pole right next to the bullpen.
Yep.
So that's where
That's really cool.
Obviously, it was a home run. I got the ball, and when I got the ball, I looked at it, and there was a big cut around the center of the baseball from one end to the other. And Don Sutton was known to use his fingernail to run his fingernail across the ball. So that baseball is quite telling. You're talking about changing out balls every time it hit the ground. But I got a really cool ball because not only was it a home run by Dusty Baker and my Dodgers, but it's got a fingernail cut from Don Sutton from the previous inning.
The late Don Sutton. That's a great story, John. Thank you. That's good stuff. So first of all, there's so much in that story. They used to roll the ball back out to the mound. We used to play a game, and this isn't that long ago, Bob. We used to sit in the stands, and we'd hold the cup. Everybody puts in $1. If there were 4 of us, I'd hold it this half inning, you hold it the next half inning. But put in $1. It was called mound ball. At the end of the inning, when they roll the ball back out, if the ball ended up in that little circle, the dirt, whoever's holding the cup gets the money. We all put another $1 back in. If not, we all put another $1 in again, and the next guy holds the cup. But the point is, ground ball to first, and he would roll the ball back to the mound, and the pitcher from the other team would come pick it up. Now, goodness gracious! I mean, I asked Traub this once. How many boxes of baseballs do they go through a game? And he says, yeah, I don't even want to know, right? Because they're not cheap. I think they're $5 a ball, $6 a ball, right? But whatever. It's baseball. They got all the money in the world.
And didn't Warren reference that sort of thing happening when you talked to him last time?
Yeah. No, that's exactly right. Exactly right. So, how did we get started on this? Oh, the construction of the baseball.
Yes.
Sorry, man. Yeah, the construction of the baseballs is an issue. All right, you get one more game tonight. It's the Topes and the Sugarland Skeeters. They'll be out at the ballpark tonight, and of course, Josh Sushan will have the call here on the Sports Animal tomorrow. Sebastian Noel will be with us. He, the big dog over at who's the big dog, Aaron, at ProView Networks? When you think big dog, is it Sebastian? Is it Steve Davis? Is it Josh?
Oh, big dog is Steve Davis, right?
I guess. Yeah, I imagine. So that's what we'll have for you tomorrow. You got hoops to watch tonight because you got a lot of stuff that's still contingent on who's going to be in the play-in tournament. So you get a bunch of that stuff as well. Bob Baffert. This whole thing, he says the Kentucky Derby winner Medina Spirit was treated with an ointment. Now he says that contained that steroid.
The Barry Bonds defense.
It was an ointment. I didn't know. It wasn't me, said Shaggy. It wasn't me. Thanks to Jared St. Aubin, Lisa Villarreal, Warren Schaefer. They were all with us today. The Jim Rome Show is next. The Herd with Colin Cowherd will follow that. Then the Sports Bar with Trulio and Carlisle at 4. More local sports talk. And Josh Sushan will have the Isotopes after that. We're back tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. with more award-winning radio. Bobcat, great to see you. Aaron, good job. Dude, now you got to commute home to have a good day.
Have a day,
It's good to see you, man.
Good to see you as well.
Be good. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing.